Good morning, Sassy Fam. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Today's check-in is for the bi-weekly energies. Like always, the bi-weekly energies, just an energetic snapshot of what you might expect over the next week or two. Like always with the bi-weekly readings, as with all tarot readings, take it resonates, leave it does not. And if a second energy pops up on your board today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit. I have to tell you, your readings are already done, and they were quite diverse this round. You let me know what you think. Like always, I'm interested in your feedback, so please, yes. Let me know how you resonated today. That was just, like I said, it was really diverse readings. I enjoyed them. Anyway, let's get to it. I've got tea. Girl. Yes, girl. I've got tea. Oh my God, girl. Spill it. Well, you know I don't gossip. You know I don't gossip. Totally no. No, it's not about gossip. Not about gossip. No, it's just the tea. That's all. That's it. That's all I'm saying is we got tea. Just let it out. Just let it out. Did you hear? The Thursday check-in is breaking up with its platform. No. Seriously? The Thursday check-in. Girl, yes. The Thursday check-in is breaking up with their platform. I heard rumors about, you don't know. Totally. No, but now we know. Okay, but why though? Seriously, why? Well, I've heard that the Thursday check-in platform, it wasn't a narcissistic piece of oh my God. Sorry guys, I have a flair for the dramatic. I always have. What do you expect? I was in drama for years. I was in choir for years. Expression is my thing. I'm a writer. I have to express myself. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
I'm a peacock, Captain. You gotta let me fly on this one.
No, but the T actually has to do with schedule changes for the channel, for real. All joking aside, the Thursday check-in is getting broken up, but honestly, it's going to pretty much stay the same. It's just the delivery format's going to be different. So actually beginning next week, tomorrow, actually beginning Monday, will be in the new format. It's not going to have changed much. It's just going to follow the pattern of the in-depth reading. So the Thursday check-in, and that is typically what? Celtic Cross, it's Intimate Tarot, it's past, present, and future. The larger check-in is going to be broken up by collective message and delivered just like I do with the in-depth readings. So that is, like always, fire signs on Monday, air signs on Tuesday, earth signs on Wednesday, water signs on Thursday. Ta-da! What I read, it's going to stay the same. We're just breaking it up into a scheduled allotment. That's all, instead of one massive check-in on Thursday. And part of what I was joking about is true. The Thursday check-in is not doing well. Real talk, in my effort once more always to be transparent with you folks. Which is important to me. It's not doing very well, and it hasn't since November. The first Thursday check-in in November tanked horribly, and it's never really recovered. And I've done nothing different. Nothing's changed. It was always a strong performer until one day it didn't. So when that happens, and if you have a channel my size or larger, you have an idea, even though you can't absolutely know for certain, but something changed in the algorithm. That sucks, because I only really have two releases on the channel, the Thursday check-in and the Sunday check-in, and they've both, over this past year since I went part-time with the channel, have gotten the same amount of average views. And then one day, the Thursday check-in specifically took a huge dive. I'm not a numbers person. I've made that very clear over the years. If I wanted the channel to get bigger, I would have. That was a decision I made years ago. I always said that if the channel got so big I had to hire people to help me maintain it and grow it, then it's not something I need to continue to do. I always wanted to keep it small and comfortable and something that I can continue to do under my own time, energy, and effort. So no, I never intended to be a competitive channel. I knew that about myself going in. However, there is such a thing as worth my time. Anything I do has to be worth my time. I'm here for a reason. I don't have to be on YouTube. I choose to. You all still hold a lot of value in my eyes and in my spirit, right? So that's why I continue to maintain the channel, even though I don't have to. I have work outside of YouTube that keeps me well occupied. But I like being here. I like being here with you all. But my work needs to serve a purpose. No, I'm not a numbers person. But also, if you're not getting the messages that I go out of my way to create, then why the heck am I here? And that's a problem. And I'm doing what I can to fix that problem. I need to know that I still serve a purpose here on YouTube. My thinking was a year and a half ago, and this worked quite well for some time. 2 large check-ins, that's done. And that should satisfy the algorithm, and that should satisfy my audience, and it has been beautiful. up until very, very recently. I'm doing what I can to correct it, to correct the course of it, particularly the Thursday check-in and even sometimes the Sunday check-in. When you guys don't get it, I know. So again, it's not about the numbers. I'm not in the competitive bracket in my corner of the world, none whatsoever. So I don't expect huge growth, but what I do expect is steady viewership because I have a steady delivery system. I show up every time without fault or fail when I say I'm gonna. My work needs to be of value, and I get that sense of value by viewership. The Sunday check-in for right now will stay the same, and I will put the schedule in the description box, and I will put it in comments to remind everybody, because like I said, there's a good chance my subscribers, my regulars, aren't seeing this, so I'm going to have to put it in comments over the next several weeks until people get used to it. In terms of your individual collective readings, they will not be as long as the in-depths, which can be 50 minutes, an hour or more. No, we will still keep it to a moderate reading. Next week, in-depth reading, it's going to be Aces week. Then the week after that, we continue on with that same schedule. That first week, under the new old schedule, will be Intimate Tarot. Ooh. Which that one, I have to say, I've had the most struggle with over the years. That one has a tendency to get suppressed. I've done the best I can for it, and I continue to do it at my own cost. I am so stubborn. I refuse to give it up. Well, there you go. I am so darn stubborn. I tell you what, I read what I want. YouTube, okay, they determine the algorithmic standards about who gets circulated. Fine, that's out of my control. But I will read what I want, because I am that person. I am that I am sassy Scorpion Tarot. I will read what I want. Your rules, your standards, your regulations, buddy. Fine. My tarot. And that's what we do around here. And if you support that, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. If you haven't gone over there and hit that little subscribe button, that real quick, maybe a little bell, ring-a-ding-ding my bell. Once more, it's not about numbers, guys. It's about the principle of the thing, and I'm acting up to my principle.
Having a principle fight?
Yeah, you'll have readings throughout the week now. Okay? That should hopefully satisfy the algorithm and get me back into the circulation good books. But I tell you what, guys, I'm working harder and harder to be part-time with YouTube. I'm like, no, give us more. Give us more or we punish you. Because that makes sense. Anyway, you guys, that's enough of that. I appreciate you like always. It's been quite a ride here. Personally, at home, everything's going great. Everything's fantastic. I couldn't ask for more. It just awesome. And I hope that you are too. You mean the world to me. And even when I didn't need to continue to be here on YouTube, I chose to for you all. You guys are amazing. It's so fantastically supportive, and I'm happy and proud to read your energies and in turn support you. And that's how it works. You all make it worth it. I appreciate you like always. You guys, I will see you beginning next week. Tomorrow for your Aces reading. It's Aces week, baby. Yes, we haven't done that in a long time. I always look forward to Aces and seeing what you all are up to. Like I said, schedule posted below. And then after that, well, like I said, we're going to be in our new old schedule. Same as it ever was. Cheers. I'll see you next week. I probably won't be doing shorts next week, but I will see you next week for your in-depth readings, and I will see you at your sign today. You guys, take care. Be well. Leo, you're up first. Show me Leo, please. Show me Leo. Oh. Let's try that again, shall we? One more. Okay. Okay. Justice. Strength. You. King of Cups. Wow. Ace of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune. Very good. Very good. The World. Three of Cups. And the Four of Swords. Okay, I got you. All right, Justice, Strength, King of Cups. Wow. It's like not just Leo, but Leo plus. Leo, the premium package here. Look at you. Looking very content. Well, that's the idea. Trying to live a spiritually and emotionally balanced life. What's right for me? That's the law I abide by. Leo. Leo says. Leo says, I try to live a balanced life, what I understand to be correct for me, in terms of my own sense of spiritual self, karmic self. Okay. And also your heart space is involved, what I feel to be my truth. I also abide by that law as well. Okay. It's not the easiest way to live. It's kind of like saying no shortcuts. I don't do shortcuts. Yeah, I understand. Me neither. But yeah, you don't do shortcuts. No, no, no. Even if it means you take the long way, at least it's the right way. Am I right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a tricky process system to constantly regulate yourself in that way with justice. I try to do what's right for me or the situation or as my heart feels it to be true. My sense of strength of will, as I understand it, always regulating against that. Okay. I understand. Yeah, a lot of people just like, this is what makes me happy right now, so I do it. You're like, no, no, no. No, no, no. Again, you take the long road. Okay. Respect. A lot of respect. Beautiful heart space, by the way. Lovely, open, strong, full. Okay. Open to giving and receiving love. Well done. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. Good. Excellent. I see opportunities being made available to you at this time for all your hard work, frankly. You have a really solid sense of self-worth. You're a good investor, pretty darn solid. Many of you would identify as being a provider, okay? But it looks like you have some opportunity coming your way, Wheel of Fortune. All your hard work is catching up to you, okay? You've done a really good job seeing to your own particular endeavors when it comes to the self, okay? What's right for you in terms of coin, home, stability, like I said, investment. You've done really good work here, understanding what's right for you, okay? Taking care of yourself. Nurturing that sense of self-worth, and that also applies to your material world. And that's coming back to you via opportunity. Good. The World, 3 of Cups, 4 of Swords. You know, there's something here you don't connect to anymore, and you know that. I don't think this is a decision you made yesterday. You're actually quite comfortable looking at this cycle. It might represent something painful, okay? But for the most part, I just see you acknowledging some sort of closed out cycle regarding connectivity that you still think about. You rest on it. You learn from it, you heal from it. And I just kind of see you checking in with that. Okay? Checking in with that cycle, checking in with that thought process, how you feel about it, learning from it. That's all you're really telling me. You'll have a couple of moments like that over the next week or two. Okay? But yeah, like I said, it's something you are familiar with. It doesn't necessarily surprise you, no, not at all. Justice, Strength, King of Cups. So I guess what I see for you over the next couple of weeks, keep doing what you've been doing. All right? You have your particular process. It works for you, you know? And like I said, it's not always the easiest. But it's really lended to who you are, your character, your sense of strength of will, and emotional conviction. Well done. 2 of Swords, confusion, Ace of Swords, 6 of Wands. There you go. There you go. I like that. If it doesn't make sense to you, you don't do it. It looks like you'll be clearing up something soon. 2 of Swords, which good. I'm glad to see you don't hang out with that too long. I respect. It's like, no. Whenever I have a question or I'm uncertain or I'm hanging out with indecision, I know it. I catch on to it. I sort it out with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is always going to kind of triumph over that 2 of Swords and 6 of Wands. Yeah. So if there's something here that you've been tinkering with, trying to figure out, a little elusive or confusing, you're going to cut through that thought pretty soon. Okay? It's all part of your balancing system, so you got it. And it, like I said, it's really straightforward. Is something here correct for me, yes or no? You'll be wrapping up one of those questions here pretty darn soon, and it makes you feel good. 6 of Wands. It's like, yeah, that's the correct answer. Yeah, that's the correct thought. That's the correct communication. That's the correct action. Whatever it is, you're going to sort it out soon. Okay? Within the next day or two. Okay? Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. But I like that. And this, again, is the benefit of knowing your own particular process. What makes you you. Okay? How you self-regulate. How you perceive yourself in this world. Okay? What particular laws do you abide by? Yours is all about justice. what's right for me. Okay? And again, it's not always the easiest thing to carry out, but it works for you. Okay? Yeah, but there you go. For some of you, you've had a question, you're going to answer it here pretty soon. And I know it's, well, actually, I know it's the correct one, and you'll know it's the correct one because of your response. 6 of Wands, yeah, this is correct. Yeah. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and P.S. Expect, not that this is important to you, but for some of you it will be, expect some external validation. Congratulations, that's a great thought, Leo. Great idea, great solution to the problem, whatever it is. Okay. I know that Leo likes a little bit of recognition and admiration, but yeah, you'll be getting a little bit of that too. But above all, that sense of satisfaction because you know it's correct. Okay? All right. Moving on. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. Nine of Cups. Eight of Cups, Seven of Cups. Okay, yeah. All right. All right. You know, for the most part, you really enjoy your 3D world. Okay. You've done a great job pursuing personal security. Over time, Wheel of Fortune, that's coming back to you. Okay. So you're going to have a couple things, I believe, not just one, a couple things available to you. Some you will pursue, others you will not. But it seems to absolutely relate to the Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. So this could be anything from opportunities in work, career, home opportunities, financial opportunities there. But again, 3D stuff, 3D material. You've been very careful with that over the years. And you've got some good choices and or opportunities coming your way. Like I said, some please you and you will be open to. Others, you will not. Okay? You're a solid investor. You know which opportunities are going to be good for you. And overall, you've got decisions to make. And it's not just work. I know it has something to do with the home as well. So for some of you, those investments to the home, paying off. You got more decisions to make there. But yeah, now's a good time to continue on in your investment for the self and for the home. Good job. Water, water, water. Personal, personal, personal. Some of them you like, some of them you don't. That's all right. There you go. The World, 3 of Cups, 4 of Swords. So far, pretty simple, straightforward check-in. I appreciate that very much. I don't always get those. I often don't get those. Actually, yours tend to be, pretty straightforward. Yeah. Yours and Capricorns tend to be on the shorter side. It just is what it is. The energy for you guys tends to be a lot more straightforward, initiative. Let's get going. The World, 3 of Cups, 4 of Swords. Now, I see you here quietly reflect on an old cycle. What did it mean to you? The Sun, the Hanged Man, Page of Pentacles. Okay. All right, well, take your time with that. Couple things. Like I said, it's a quiet reflection. It's non-threatening. It's one that closed out some time ago. Okay. You've had a lot of time to think about it. The Sun, Hanged Man, Page of Pentacles. You reflect on it, and you see that cycle, actually. Not only is it non-threatening, when you reflect on it, you still see it as warm, as a happy kind of connection, the Sun. It's been a while since we felt warmed by that 3 of Cups. Whomever it is you used to connect to or reconnect to at the social emotional level. I don't see it as open-ended. I don't. Generally speaking, no. I don't see it as open-ended. I see you contemplating someone you specifically used to connect to. When you think about it, it still warms you. And you think about that. When you think about that connectivity, you see it as more positive than anything else. Happy times, warm times. Page of Pentacles. What you do with that, absolutely, I don't know. But it is a possibility. Why else am I saying it? Page of Pentacles. You think about maybe investing in it once more. Seeing it once more. Perhaps connecting to it once more. Bringing it together once more. Once more for reasons of warmth. And because you can actually safely, and I mean safely, reflect on that old connectivity, and you can still learn from it and still feel good about it, yeah, it stands to reason. I'm not surprised to see a Page of Pentacles there. It's like there might still be something more in that connection. I'm not saying you have to go back to it. I'm not saying absolutely you will. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. Okay? But it has occurred to you, and it occurs to you above all on your time without influence. In other words, I don't see anyone bothering you. This is done quietly in the recesses of your mind and in your spirit. You think about it softly, gently, and warmly. That old cycle. In some way, you still see it as positive, constructive, possibly good for you. You know? Maybe we put something into that. Maybe we bring it back together. Who knows? I don't know. It's ultimately up to you. It's still in a space of reflection. Any cycle, by the way, yeah, cycles come and go. That's life. People come and go. You've heard the expression or phrase. Surely this is what I'm looking at. People come, people go. Connections come and go for various reasons. You know? But if you can look back on it as you are, calmly, safely, and warmly, well, that says something, doesn't it? No anger there, no hate. It's like, oh, it's been a while, you know, since I've connected to that. Maybe I should. If you can honestly say whatever that represents was good for you more than not, then yeah, maybe so. That's up to you, though. Okay. 18, loyalty, the dog, very loyal. Message, communication, sense of loyalty, communication, words, it's important to you. Loyalty is important to you. Oh, lovers. I wasn't quite expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but not quite that. Now, to be clear, I didn't see the lovers in your reading today, and that's okay. It's showing up in the oracles. Loyalty, bright message. We associate our lover with brightness. Words, bright words, colorful messages. Nobody else quite talks like them. It's like when we look at that person's words, or we remember their voice is so bright, it's so different, it's so unique. We have an inherent sense of loyalty to that connection. We see it different. We see it with color. You might read everything else or hear everyone else in black and white, but with them you hear and see things in color. That loyalty there. We still feel a call to the lover. Well, again, all the more reason, especially if that's what I'm seeing here on the bottom row, if you can still remember that connection from a warm place, non-threatening, and something that's taught you a lot and put you at peace more often than not. But yeah, maybe check in on them. I don't know. It's like, oh, you're playing devil's advocate, Christina. Look, I encourage what's good and healthy, not destructive and bad. You didn't show me anything that was destructive and bad. You said it was actually quite warm. It made you happy. And the colors with that person, the vibe with them, the energy with them just hits different. Well, not much of a lover if that weren't the case, you know. Again, 18, 1, and 15. But over here, I really like, in particular, these opportunities that are coming up for you in terms of personal home space, you know, putting more into that investment-wise, investment opportunity, the ability to do more with your that's my stammer. The ability to do more with your property, and then also your physical self as well. I like that. You've done a good job there. Trust the universe. First quarter moon in Aquarius. Yeah, as we enter Aquarius season, which is fast upon us, the 19th, 20th of January, depending on where you are in the world. But yeah, trust the universe. Trust yourself, too. Look at that opening. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Trust the universe. Trust yourself. First quarter moon in Scorpio. Release your blocks. Okay. And you. Last quarter moon in Leo. Lighten up. Okay. Of course, you might have these very strong placements in your... Oh, I couldn't help but notice they're all fixed signs. Aquarius, Scorpio, you. We're only missing Taurus here. So you might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to, and of course the season might be important to you, particularly upcoming Aquarius season. Oh. Okay. E, F, G, E, F, G, H, I, and then it jumps to R. We have the medallion of Sag as well as Aries. You might have, of course, these placements in your chart connecting to, or the seasons might be important to you. And then we have the peacock right there. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. It's part of who you are is Leo. It's okay. The thing is that you have the main, right, which is your pride, a sense of recognition. Please. Thank you. You know, particularly over here since you've earned it. So, yeah, a little bit of recognition, a little bit of your display of colors. That's all right. It's normal and natural and healthy to who you are. Just like in all things in tarot, the energy can run in the opposite direction. So there is ego vanity healthy, ego vanity unhealthy, right? So just know the difference and know when it's just about right and on target versus it goes into an unhealthy place. Here it's recognition for a conclusion, a thought, an action well done. Okay, so in this context, it makes sense and also very much speaks to your background here. Okay, Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Sagittarius, please. What's going on? Show me Saggy. Okay. The moon, the sun, oh, the emperor, my goodness, yes. 9 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, all right. Page of Cups, 3 of Cups, the Lovers, yeah. Okay, opening quite a powerful statement there. Excuse me, goodness gracious, it's just going to be one of those days for me. Excuse me, moon, sun, the emperor. Wow. So, a rare combination in tarot to see these two together. I know we use the word balance a lot in tarot. It has the implication of balance just in ways we did not expect. It's the balance you did not know you needed. Okay. Incorporating our shadow side into our sun side. And the emperor. There's something here in a very unexpected, phenomenal way we're balancing against. And once more, we didn't know we needed it until it started to present itself. Okay? A key to a door we didn't even know was locked. Okay? Beautiful. And it's doing wonderful things for you with the Emperor's sense of empowerment here. Standing steady, standing tall. Strong-willed, strength of mind, conviction. Okay. Well done. 9 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. That is frustrating. And that's not what you want. I understand. Somebody somewhere is putting up a bit of a fight there with you. And you're showing me I'm trying to even this out. And externally, you're receiving, I'm going to fight you on that. So here I see you in a realistic way trying to solve a problem. Okay? And you're being met with, I don't like the solutions. So there's some pushback there. Down there, energy's completely different. Looks like a different situation, but we'll see. Page of Cups, 3 of Cups, the Lovers. That's smooth as silk. It looks smooth as silk. But Page of Cups, 3 of Cups, the Lovers. Yeah, something here is trying to open up. It's lovely. It's light. It's where the heart is. Okay, in the simplest of ways, the easiest of ways, and the softest of ways. Page of Cups, 3 of Cups. That's quite nice as is. But with the Lovers, it's like, ooh, that's a big old juicy cherry on top. So, that's coming up for you. This portion we need to see. It does look 3D external, but we'll get to that. This opening, though, my. The moon, the sun, the emperor. Well, they're trying to make an appearance today, the Lovers, eh? Yeah. All right. The moon, the sun, the emperor. Two of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, King of Cups. Okay. You are accessing parts of yourself I strongly suspect you didn't even know was there until recently. And it's what you needed to access in order to bring out your highest form of empowerment. Okay. You are trying to show the utmost grace and sincerity towards this problem. It's requiring you to step into a role or parts of your personality that perhaps you're not familiar with. It's pulling on you in a way that suggests this is hard, this is really hard for me. But you know what? I'm doing it and I'm here and I'm approaching this as carefully and firmly and tactfully as I can to find resolve with this situation, which in turn is giving you a sense of balance you didn't even know you needed. Okay. It's tricky. It's tricky, but your heart's in it, your fire's in it. You showed up with your natural state of grace. As you try to bring resolve to whatever this situation is that is argumentative, okay? You're accessing parts of yourself you didn't even know was there. So as you take care of this quote-unquote business, something about you becomes more complete and resolved and willful. I gotta see what this is about. Because this situation here is evoking you from within you some very strong aspects that I don't think you knew was available to you until this situation came up or came through. Nine of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Five of Wands. King of Wands, the Fool, Ten of Swords. Okay. It looks like we're trying to self-advocate here for a new beginning. Okay. And I do mean self-advocate for a new beginning. I believe for you. You're being met with some sort of opposition that disagrees. I see you standing firm. And you're having to dig deep. The more you pursue this, the more self-actualized you become. Okay? Whatever's on the other side of that argument is not making things easy for you. So you're really, like I said, having to dig deep into that masculine energy and say, this is what I need to do. I don't expect you to understand. But that, however, is not going to stop me. How can I make this situation even or level before I take my leave? I suggest you find a way to participate with me in a more healthy way. Otherwise, this situation will not balance, but I promise you this, I will take my exit regardless. Tricky. So I see you trying to make things level with whatever is on the other side, and they're fighting you on something that looks like to me an ever-increasing foregone conclusion. You want that new beginning with or without the approval, opinion, or input. And the more you dig deep and you're just like, yes, this is true, like I said, you become more self-actualized, more self-realized. Your sense of masculine self continues to rise and spike and say, this is what I'm doing. So I suggest we make the situation square before I leave. I'm doing this for myself, and I'm trying to make things cool with you. Or whatever the situation is, it may not be a person. But yeah, It's like the more you engage with this, the more you realize how correct you are in your new beginning. Okay? All right. It's just further verifying every day why it is you need to do what you need to do. And it's opening some doors within you that represent a very strong personality. It's like you didn't perhaps know was in there. And this situation's pulling it out of you. And like I said, the more that you dig deep, the more it verifies you need to go. Yeah, I do believe you are self-advocating for a new beginning. It's a painful situation, and it is fighting back. It doesn't seem to understand this is his opportunity to balance out with you before you go. But if it doesn't, it's not your fault. And you can't say you didn't try. It's like receiving proof every day. It's time to go or make good on my plans for a new beginning, whichever that is to you. Page of Cups, Three of Cups, the Lovers. Now this seems to be, I believe, a different situation. Like I said, it's a lot smoother. It feels a lot smoother. It's sweet. Knight of Swords, Three of Wands, the Hierophant. We've been waiting on this one a long time. And nothing's going to keep you from it now. Oh, we can't wait to take action towards it. It looks like we're waiting on verification. That's it. That's all I see is waiting on verification. It's not the prolonged waiting, the kind that I discourage. No. It has a quick turnaround. It looks like we are waiting on approval or permission. That's it. And by that I mean it's healthy approval. Acknowledgement of this. Lover's connection, being able to act towards it or speak towards it. We're just waiting on like a return. A return of communication or action or permission. Okay? To proceed. So, by implication alone, we have the idea of I'm willing to take action. Talk, communicate, whatever it is. Green means go. We're just, I believe we're waiting either on a response or a time and space. I don't quite know. But when it lines up, it'll, the Hierophant is there, so I know that this is backing up from a space of authority. It's like, no, I want to be here. I'm just waiting on that green light. A response, I believe. Page of Cups, Three of Cups, the Lovers. Okay. Wow, after that, boom. Directions forward. It's, wow, that was the easiest part of your reading today by far. Goodness me, you won't have a long wait. No. It's a respectable amount of time, and it turns around quickly. So, all right, Page of Cups, Three of Cups, the Lovers. Good job then. No confusion. Man, I'm just waiting on feedback. Waiting for a response, and then I'm out the door. Boom. Okay, I respect that. Page of Cups, Three of Cups, the Lovers. Yeah, there you go. I like it. It's very respectful. So even though the energy is quite high, it's exciting, it's anticipatory, it's still actually quite respectful. It wants full acknowledgement. But I like that. I do. You might have some very strong Gemini and Taurus in your chart. Okay. A little bit of luck. Okay. Yeah, so you're, like I said, you're being given keys to doors you didn't even know were locked. It was the best way to describe that. A little bit of luck over what looks like a situation that you want to be free from. Imprisonment, in a sense of being locked up. You want an escape, and you're giving that to yourself, and it's requiring you to go to places you didn't even know you had. But I promise you, it's the spaces that were always there. But for one reason or another in this thing called life, we ignored those signals, neglected them, we just never tuned into them, or we didn't have much reason to have that level of challenge. It said, pull this out of you. It's like, okay, a little bit of luck here. It's a little more than luck, honey. That feeling you have that things are leveling out for you in the weirdest way and you can't quite describe it, that's not luck. But I understand what you mean. Things are falling into place at this time, aren't they? It's further and further proof. But yeah, imprisonment. For some of you, 229 is important. Okay? The main that's February, by the way. No later than. I can't see it being later than February. It just can't be. I'm not necessarily tying 29 to this, but 2. Okay, anyway, the main female. You either are the main female or you're going to, in a way, I guess, pursue the main female. That one's much more relaxed. It's she who bears the rose. This is someone who's open to romantic opportunity, is quite the catch, so on and so forth. Lovely, soft, feminine, beautiful, romantic. Okay, someone who's well-to-do and or quite the catch. All right. Relax. New moon in Cancer. Yeah, I see that bit of edge, but it's anticipatory edge. I'm just waiting on that green light. Relax. Relax. New moon in Cancer. Now we're currently under the full moon in Cancer. Okay. But other than that, you might have some very strong Cancer in your chart, etc. Anything else, please? Yeah, see, I'm telling you, Pisces, last quarter moon in Pisces, talk less, feel more. I know. I just have that Piscean feeling. But let's call it Aquarius into Pisces. Okay, because the overlap there is February. All right. We have the letters L, Q. We have the medallion of Gemini, Scorpio, Sagittarius. Speak of the key. I'll tell you what, that was correct. You're being given keys to doors that are locked. You didn't even know you had the key. Freedom for many of you at this time. Okay, anyway, going back to it, Gemini, Sag, Scorpio, you might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons, might be important to you. Saggy, honey, great reading. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Aries, please. What's going on? Okay. 7 of Cups, 6 of Wands, King of Swords. Okay. The Sun. Oh, the Tower. All right. And the Lovers. Ah. Okay. 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 As I say, it's a bit cheeky. I was wondering if that was going to suit you. It looked... I'll save it for the reading. Hold on. Queen of Wands. 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. Okay. Yeah. All right, so as I say, I had a little smile there at the opening because it's like, well, that's a bit cheeky. But I didn't know that you were necessarily happy. Okay, you're kind of showing me superficial stuff right there on the surface, and that's fine. If that's where you are, then no judgment. That's where you are, just so long as you know that about yourself. You're saying, I've been having a pretty good time exploring options. It feels good, right? It feels good temporarily. In King of Swords, that's where your focus has been. Stuff that's easily connected to on the surface. Okay, no fuss, no muss, no big emotional attachments. There's a reflection there of ego, charming, flattery. Yeah, 7 of Cups. Keep it simple, keep it light. You know what I'm saying? And if that's where you are, like I said, then that's where you are. No judgment. But I didn't know how happy you actually were. Because to you, it's like a really straightforward method. King of Swords. Keep it simple, keep it light. Okay? No deep emotional connectivity. No. Keep it simple right there on the surface. Okay. But it's like, okay. And that's fine. If that works for you, that works for you. But did it make you happy? Because most people, when they hang out there, right, on the surface, they'll say that they're content or that they're doing what they want, which is technically true. They are doing what they want. But are they happy? Because only with the deeper connectivity can we understand deeper happiness. You know, so I always wonder about that. It's like, is that really making you happy? On the surface, you are. On the surface, you're content. But inside, what are you searching for? What are you searching? Because you're looking for something. Otherwise, I wouldn't be seeing this. What are you looking for? And I was just thinking, as soon as I saw the Sun, I was like, oh, here we go. A Tower. No, it doesn't make you happy. It doesn't. It does not make you happy. Nothing has felt happy since that connection. The Lover's something a lot different. This is going to be superficial connectivity. Once more, I'm not casting judgment upon you. I read the tarot cards. Okay? It's either A, yours, or B, it isn't. And if it's not, check your other placements. You would already know in these first 3 cards if this was you. That's it. That's it. That's all there is to it. So, easy, light. We know this. But no challenge. No challenge at all. These are non-challenging connections. These are non-challenging options. They have a superficial role, and you know it. That was your focus. I don't want the deep stuff. Fun, happy, light, easy. In and out energies. No challenge, please. No deep attachments. That also means you can't go into deeper places of happiness and deeper love. So no, we have not been happy with this. I'm sure it's been fun, the way 6 of Wands tends to be fun when our ego is flattered. Okay, when we get the attention we want, and you're putting the attention out there, and it's fun, and it's flirty, and it's light, but it means nothing. It's empty calories of connectivity, you understand? This, much more nutritious, but for that reason, much more challenging. Not easily acquired, and not easy to maintain. Nothing has quite felt happy since that connection. The one that is challenging. The one that's a lot more like you. The yin for your yang. Ever since that connection, it was easier to keep it light, coast on the surface, yeah? In and out connections, you can jump in and out of them real quick. Hook them up real quick. Establish them real quick. Easily flirted with and then easily forgotten as soon as you walk away from them, right? This is the one that stays. That impression of the strong lover. Before you, Queen of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. What do you want from a relationship exactly? Like a real relationship. And relationship, once more, is as 2 people define it. So how do you want to define it? These fast and loose connections that you can jump in and out of, and they satisfy you for that 5 minutes or that 10 minutes or that half hour or that day. But again, as soon as they're out of your sight, they're out of your mind. This is the one that doesn't leave your mind. It's always there. In your spirit, in your peripheral. What is a relationship that you want? You most certainly really can't make a relationship out of this except the one that you have with yourself. You will always have a relationship with yourself. So if this is the relationship you want for yourself, easy peasy, no difficult attachments, no strings attached, light, oil slick surface, light connections, then that's the relationship you have with yourself. Now, if you want something that's much more equal, but yes, challenging, but equal, good for you, challenging. A proper lover connection builds you up. It doesn't tear you down. It says rise to the occasion. Don't fall to pressure. Do more, be more. Don't be less. So what kind of relationship do you want, and what kind of relationship do you have with yourself? And that's the question. I don't know. Let's see. Only you can decide that. And mind you, a tarot reading is a lot like a weather report. There's what I see and it's true for the next 5 minutes, and then the energy, like the weather, can change. So, 7 of Cups, 6 of Wands, King of Swords. A lot of people don't think about that. We always see relationships as this external thing. No, 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 no. What have I been saying for years? Most likely will be my epitaph. Everything begins with the self. You have a relationship with you first and foremost. So, if the relationship you have with yourself is fast, loose, easy, non-committal connectivity, then that's the relationship you have with you too. Okay? It comes down to where we are and how aware are we. Okay? And if that's what you want, then that's what you want. But is that who you are? Now, I'm not saying run out there and get a commitment tomorrow. I'm saying know who you are, know what you want. Know what's temporary versus long-term. Know that people go through stages and phases. It's normal. I sincerely doubt this is who you are long-term. You're searching for something, honey. You are. I know you are. I mean, what's the point of it all? King of Wands. I understand. Chariot. Six of Swords. See, you don't want to proceed very strongly in any particular direction. I understand. So the Chariot, we have the strength of our conviction from the heart. You're saying, I don't want my heart to have a particular conviction. Six of Swords. No. I don't want to move forward in a dedicated direction. So Chariot is a dedicated direction. Right now, you don't have a dedicated direction. Your fire is here. I have no doubt you're very passionate. I have no doubt you want to live life on your terms. I have no doubt of this. None whatsoever. But your Chariot is not going to make any hard drives right now. Okay? So, Chariot, Cancer's power card. The reason it's their power card, it represents our highest state. Cancer tends to be emotionally diverse. Okay? Such as the Seven of Cups would suggest. Emotionally flexible for that reason. They try to include everybody. That's one of their power structures, which is why it's their biggest challenge to pick one dedicated direction, no stops, no distractions, no side avenues, no back alleys, straight forward, one direction, no stops, no emotional conflict. Six of Swords, you're like, no. I told myself, no one direction. Okay, so you made that decision. I understand, but at least you made it. So respect. A lot of people have no clue. But you said so. No. One direction, one emotional direction, my heart beating in one direction. No. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, and that's fine. But does it make you happy? That's all I want to know. The Sun, Tower, the Lovers. King of Swords. The Sun, the High Priestess. You know. You're smart. I know you're smart. You showed me the King of Swords twice. You have an intuitive self in there too, even though you act like you don't, but you do. I say, I don't have the intuitive self. No, it's nonsense. My intuition, no, screw all that. I made a logical choice. But are you happy? Inside, who you really are suggests, oh, I know. I know. What I'm doing over here doesn't make me happy. I know. You showed me that. See, look at that. This idea of happiness with any of this? No. That's a folly. That's Tower. That's delusional, right? That's the anti-happiness with the current situation. What's on the other side of that tower? What remains standing is the Lovers' strong connection. Something that is not superficial or light at all. It's different. Inside, you know. The way you don't want to move dedicatedly in one direction. You also know that the Sun, true happiness, happily ever after if you must, if you will, intuitively means stronger connections. We're not in a space where we can hear ourselves clearly right now. Okay? But literally, the more knowledgeable and intuitive self is underneath all this. The bigger connections mean bigger happiness, bigger love, deeper connectivity. But yes, more challenges. Okay. They won't be the fast, easy, loose connections for which you are currently drawn. Okay, you have your reasons. And I know what's going to happen. Aries somewhere in the comments, but you don't understand what happened. I gave my heart away, and I said never again. Okay. That just tells me we still have more to process. Commitment may not be your thing. I'm not telling you to go commit. I'm talking about the commitment of the heart. To find one person, someone that you can't easily let go of, because they evoke in you real happiness and real love. Someone that you would be a fool to part ways with. I know you said over here, I'll never put my heart on the light again. Right here. I see it. But is that who you are forever? Because there's a big part, a big part of you or portion of you, I was struggling to say both, that knows better. That knows. There's something more. So let's talk relationships, guys. Let's talk shop, how they show up in 3D. What do you want? What do you want? You still burn bright for the idea of having something in your life. You do. But what do you want it to be? Short-term, chaotic, temporary, long-term, healthy, reciprocated. I understand. You have a backstory. We all have a backstory, honey. We all have an origin story. I'm never gonna put my heart on the... I understand that. But do you think that's you talking or your pain talking? There's a difference. Page of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. I knew it. I know you want something deeper. I know you do. I know you do. I see you in a space over the next week or two contemplating that very thing. I want more. I do. I just don't want to rush it, Christina. I want it to be stable. I want it to be based on love. And that tells me the last time you fell in love, you didn't feel secure about it. Or you weren't made to feel secure, or they bailed. Well, I'm sorry. But don't do unto others what was done unto you. Hurt people, hurt people. Don't be another one of those assholes. You're worth so much more. I know somebody who never grew up. They suffer from the Peter Pan or Patricia Pan syndrome. They just don't want to grow up. It's good times always. Woohoo! You know, it was carefree, wild, hot, and sexy, and, you know, college, and they never grew up. And they really are that way, and they're not looking for anything more. You had reason. Logically, you showed me twice. You showed me that twice. You had reason. Now that's another tarot reading that goes back into the yesteryears or whenever this happened, where you said, I never have a dedicated love direction ever again. That decision, I have no doubt, was born in a reflection of pain. But that's not long-term Aries. Long-term Aries wants something stable, craves stability, knowing who they come home to and who they love and why. They want a simple kind of love that they can rely upon and still feel fired up about. Queen of Wands. So you don't have to have marriage for that, but you are showing me bare minimum. I would like a relationship that has long-term loving value in it, yes. A life in it, yes. A home structure, yes. And it may not be with a strong connection, but something here that makes sense to you and chooses you. You're going to think about that. Relationship, what do you want to see, honey? Because I tell you, you opened up with this because you're searching, not because you're not interested. If you're not interested, you wouldn't be out there at all. If you really had full conviction, I'll never fall in love again, I'll never allow that shit to happen again, you wouldn't be looking, full stop. You would have checked out to Virgoville or the Hermitville a long time ago. Okay? No. There is a part of you that craves deeper connectivity. And you'll start to see that enough for yourself. I'm not putting words into your mouth. That's you contemplating these things in future. But the biggest portion of all, the Sun, does this formula, it works for you, but does it make you happy or does it leave you feeling more shallow than when you started? I put good money on that. Okay, let's wrap this one up. Childlike thinking, 13. Wishing, childlike game. Toil and labor, 38. Takes too much work. Playing a game, childlike thinking, too much work, 38, 13. I understand. The main female, some of you are the main female. Sure. And some of you desire a feminine energy. Okay. A beauty, quite the beauty. She who bears the rose. It's like, but it's magical thinking. It's too much work. Real connectivity does take work, but if it's done from love, then there's no confusion about where that so-called work went. Or the passion. But I understand. And then also, someone's not willing to do the work. Stop picking those partners. The ones who can't do the work or won't or refuse to. Stop picking them. And stop allowing yourself to being attracted to one-sided people. Selfish people. Stop being attracted to them. It's that simple. When someone tells you who they are, I can't do this because, I'm not able to give as much because, they're takers. Refuse to continue with them. That's it. That's usually the biggest complaint with people. I got burnt out. Clearly, I loved the other person more than they loved me. Then stop allowing yourself to connect to people who take. New Moon in Libra. No, you are loved. Yes, indeed. You are loved. And there's a love that's waiting to unfold itself to you in some way. But yes, you are loved. I promise you, honey. Not everything is like this. You are loved. I can see a lover once loved you quite intensely. G, A, K. We have the seashell of Cancer. We have the medallion of Aquarius. You might have very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to. The seasons might be important to you. We also have the owl in reverse. I know we're not seeing all this yet. We're still kind of operating under this false philosophy that this is the way to go. For other people, maybe. For you, no. You want something more meaningful. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me, Aquarius, please. What's going on? Show me, Aquarius. Okay. King of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. Oh, boy. Okay. Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords, Six of Wands. Oh, boy. The Star. You. Two of Cups and the Six of Cups. Lovely. Very nice. Happy to see that for you. Literally you. Opening. My. You being stubborn about something. King of Wands, but it's coming from that conviction that says, I'm correct, though. Or you strongly feel that you're correct. Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you're holding on to something, but you're also, to your credit, trying to work through it. Two of Pentacles suggest automatically, I'm not holding on to this for no reason. There's a reason. I'm working through it right now as we speak, and I'm correct to do so. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords, Six of Wands. There is this sense here that if you act on what you know, you might be met with success. Okay? Like you were correct. It's kind of like a I told you so energy, a little bit. Like I knew, and I told you I knew. I see that you told me that you knew. Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords, Six of Wands. See, I got it. Yeah, you did. You do. The Star, Two of Cups, Six of Cups. Not too far out. I see you beautifully connected to somebody, someone who understands you quite well, who loves you a great deal. Just you, as you are the way you are. You two are deeply bonded as well, deeply bonded and uniquely bonded. Six of Cups, someone whom you've known a long time. Your soul bond, part of your tribe. But yeah, they show up in love for you. Okay, absolutely. All right, King of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Now, I see you. Well, I'm holding on to this. Okay. I'm working through it. Thing is, you're excited to work through this. You got something cooking here. Strength. Oh, yeah. Page of Pentacles. Nine of Swords. You're stressed, but you're determined to figure it out. Strength of will, too. Being strong. Page of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. I'm going to work through this. Now, you haven't exactly told me what this thing is, except that you feel really fired up about it. Your pride is involved. I can see that. It's like, it's about the principle of the thing, Christina. It's about the principle of the thing. I feel this Okay? Honey, you're holding on to this. You're working through a situation, circumstance, something. You're trying to figure it out. You're working a Rubik's Cube really hard right now. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to dial this in. I'm locked in. You are locked into whatever this problem is. And Strength, Page of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. And it's like, never mind the anxiety. I'm going to push past that. You've got a solution in you. And I don't know, again, what you're working on, but you are working on it like crazy right now. And you're all fired up too. Your conviction's way high. Yeah, oh, he is stubborn. I think some of you got some Leo in there. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I don't know. But like I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna dial this in. And you're not wrong. Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords, and Six of Wands. Yeah. You're showing me some serious I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I was right, and you're very pleased. We cannot see. Look at that. That's your master symbol right there with the Ace of Swords. It's like I know what I know. Personally, I'm pleased. Six of Wands, recognition. I was right. Okay. What is it? I'd love to know. If I was doing a collective for you today, I'd just call it I told you so. That's it. Or I was right. Aquarius is going, yeah, naturally. Well, okay. All right. Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords, Six of Wands. Two of Pentacles. There it is again. Page of Swords. Working on it. Knights of Cups. Okay. It's really important. The only kind of detail you've given me, other than the fact that, I was correct, triumphant, I told you so, is that you're carefully working on the delivery of an emotional expression. It has to be done just so. You need it to land just so. Knights of Cups. So I don't know that it's necessarily romantic in this context. For some of you, it might be. For others of you, it's a kind of form of expression. Personal expression, emotional expression, or vulnerable expression that you're saying it needs careful delivery. It needs careful punctuation. It needs careful articulation. I was wondering what this was, and if you're overworking it, and you're like, no, I'm not overworking it. I've been working on this Rubik's Cube forever. Okay, and so you have. For some of you, been working on this a long time. It's like, I'm dialing it in, and you're not wrong. So there's that same Two of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Knight of Cups. This is something that you have been developing for a while. And it has absolutely to do with a piece of you that is a little bit more on the softer side or vulnerable side. And you need it to land just so. Delivered just so. Your point taken just so. But from a place of the heart. Okay? It's sincerity. It's like it's very important that I convey what I'm feeling with sincerity. Nine of Cups, Ace of Swords, Six of Wands, and you're met with triumph. Okay? You are met with triumph. I don't know what else to say, except you were right. You were right. Whatever it is you got to dial in, you're locked into, you figured it out. The delivery was a success. Well done. Because, yeah, you're showing me big, yeah, like that. Okay, the star. You, Two of Cups, Six of Cups. Four of Wands, Three of Swords, Nine of Wands. Okay, this has been a touchy subject. Sensitive. Very sensitive subject regarding a relationship. Three of Swords, Nine of Wands. There has been a kind of defensive energy on both sides. I say that because there's an equal division of heart space here, 2 and 6. So like I said, it is a deep bond, but also a soul bond. Okay, a deep connection, but a unique connection. So this is someone whom you've known a very long time. And you two have very strong, similar feeling towards each other. It has been your desire now, as the star, afar kind of reaching energy you have with them about finding peace between you two, love and healing, and getting back on the same page. It's over a very touchy subject. There's a lot of sensitivity involved, and disappointment, largely disappointment, deflection, defensiveness, anger, frustration over the relationship energy between you two. Once more, as two people define it, so I don't know how you two have defined it. So far, it looks like a largely emotional relationship, but yes, it could represent marriage. It's just however you two have defined it. I see how at the forefront, the most important piece to you is the emotional piece that represents love and, okay, your two's connection. Okay. And its significance to you and how you want to continue to see it on your path. The 4 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 9 of Wands. So yeah, I see you addressing a very touchy subject, sensitive subject. But it was worth it. From your point of view, it was worth it. Okay. But yeah, there's been disappointment here. And perhaps on both sides, a little bit of sense of rejection and frustration and wall energy. 9 of Wands tends to be wall, deflection, blocking. That gets addressed. But you're saying that the delivery of this, how you feel about it, your thoughts on it, had to be delivered oh so carefully. Yeah, you were right. And whatever it is that you expressed largely, well, was a success, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so here we have a good kind of understanding of each other, trying to get back on the same page, a healing journey. The star is often interpreted as a healing card. Me, not so much, because there's so many other cards that directly point to healing. So I default to the star in its more standard position, in that it's a long-term vision. So for you, it's the long-term vision desire to continue to see this in your life, which means the willingness in some way to heal with it and work through the issues, which is what you're showing me. Okay, but it is a sensitive subject indeed. 3 of Swords, 9 of Wands. Okay, but we're learning to get back on the same page with this person. All right, well done. Okay, oh, yeah, a storm. Oh, yeah, I know, we're trying to avoid a storm. Yes. There is a reason why you said emphasis on the delivery, emphasis on expression. Carefully conveying our thoughts and feelings on this subject. But yes, we are trying to avoid any more storms. No more storms. We've already had enough of those, yes? All right, number 6, storms. And the mature man. Okay, number 5, some of you identify with the mature man in that you have a lot of experience, you have a certain view of the world, you've been there, you've done that. 5, some of you might have some Taurus in your chart there. But there's that sense of, I can handle this. Okay, I'm experienced, I'm wise, I have a lot to bring to this table. I can do this. Okay, I can do this. All right, no more storms. Anything else, please? Oh, so it is, for some of you, a space of marriage. Okay, very good. 3. So 3, 5, 6. All right. All right. Forgive. Full moon in Pisces. We're talking about forgiveness. I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying that's the energy that's here for some of you, is that sense of forgiveness, perhaps on both sides. Okay. It takes two, and it's very, very easy to induce that feeling of rejection in two people. And it's very easy to put up walls and be defensive and be angry and pissy. It's very easy to do that, to fall into it. And then it can become a pattern, and then it's a long-standing issue. It's very easy, guys. Okay? But the idea is that we want to get out of it and get these two folks back on the same page with each other. Full moon in Pisces, full moon in Scorpio. Breathe through the tension. Oh, I have no doubt it gets really tense sometimes. That's what I'm saying. Careful. Very careful right here. And then reveal what needs to be seen. Last quarter moon in Scorpio. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're going to, some of you have some very strong Scorpio in your chart, could be connecting to. And the season might be important to you. I don't think it's about the season though. But yeah, breathe through the tension and reveal what needs to be seen. We're going to carefully put this out on the table. Okay? Carefully address it. That's all. You're still showing me high levels of sensitivity here. You don't just want to go rushing in there. But yeah, reveal what needs to be seen. Put it out there, but in a manageable way. And say, I want to forgive us or forgive each other, something like that. Okay. T, E, K, 2 Z's. We also have the medallion of Libra. You might have some very strong Libra in your chart. Could be connecting to this season, might be important to you. Okay, Aquarius honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Gemini, please. Okay. Queen of Swords, Judgment, Queen of Cups, okay. Eight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, fair. King of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Yeah. So you know what? You're a big Gemini. At the end of the day, you get to figure these things out for yourself. But you do have a decision before you, and it's not just you. I see you sitting directly across from somebody. Judgment. It's a choice between these two figures. Do we give this a rebirth or not? You know, do we give this a second chance or not? So to be fair to you, it's actually great to see that on equal terms, because typically I see people having to make judgment calls of the self often. So it's actually kind of refreshing to see that happen directly between two people. You both have the same opportunity at the same time to decide this together. So in a way, that's kind of a relief to see that, because it's more often than not, it involves a decision of the self, and it still does. But it's kind of cool to see that happen directly between two people. Deep discussion here. We give this a second chance. Does it deserve a rebirth? Do I even want that? Do you want that? Eight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. I'm not saying you won't. I'm just saying you have very little incentive to do so. You might, for sentimentality or something, but for the most part, the gentleman I'm looking at, no, that doesn't appeal to you at all. Eight of Swords, Ten of Swords, Three of Pentacles. You two don't work well together. You two struggle just to be friends. You two struggle just to be on the same page, working towards the same common goal. So Three of Pentacles is working on the same common goal with someone else. That's why we get the idea of friendship, co-workers, acquaintance, you know, classmates. The idea is that we have a common goal. Now, you can start at the Three of Pentacles for relationship reasons and obviously bloom or build outside of that. That's fine. But that's not the context of this. We're talking the fundamentals. You and I do not get along well. Someone's always off script on contribution. It's always the wrong contribution at the wrong time, too little, too late. We're always in discord. There's too much pain and confusion between us. I'm not happy with what you put down. I'm not happy with what I put down either. So to you, it's kind of like looking at it logically and practically. You're saying there's not a lot of material here to work with. That's good. King of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. No, actually, I see you emotionally distancing yourself from this full-time, permanently, most likely. And you actually feel good about it. King of Wands. Kind of says a lot. Okay. But once more, Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. You're a big Gemini. You get to figure out for yourself if this is A, even your reading, and then 2, do you understand the contents to be true for you? I'm just here to confirm or help, really. Queen of Swords, Judgment. Queen of Cups. But respect. I mean, you know, I got two people looking at this logically and talking about it. What are the odds that you and I can actually work together in a more coherent manner? You know, in a more cooperative manner? And is it work we're talking about for that matter? What the heck is this? That you two can't even get along well with the most basic stuff, honestly. Oh, the Hierophant, Eight of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. See, that's the discussion. Can we commit to the work? Ace of Pentacles, but the commitment is here. So for some of you, this represents a working contract, okay? A working commitment, literally to work. And this, we don't have the best business partner. We expect so much more to be produced from this joint effort. If I'm looking at a marriage, again, we're looking at it logically and with experience. The Pentacle is here. Is this marriage workable between us? In which case, it's a different kind of spiritual contract, but still constitutes work for both parties. So, are we rebirthing this or not? If I put down my Eight of Pentacles, can you do the same? Because we have a hell of a time agreeing on a 3. Okay, so that's up for discussion. Two of Wands, boom. I very rarely get to say that in context, so that's cool. Thank you for that. As I say, Two of Wands is active decision-making, and it also has communication usually tied to it, and there it is. Decision-making and communication between these two over one common cause. Do we still have this kind of joint union between us where we can contribute in a healthy way, in a productive way? And we don't argue about who does what or produces what. If we say we're going to follow this formula, we both do it. Okay? Eight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. Page of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Hermit. See? It's kind of like I'd have to have healing and energies that I don't... A lot of healing would be involved, and that's not a bad thing. It's not. Knight of Wands, Page of Cups. It's like, what if I heal my energy towards this and we still can't get along? What if I find within me the energy to continue to pursue this, but you can't? Can I make myself feel good about this? The both of you. And it's like, should it really be a question of, can I force it? Can I force myself to feel good about this? We shouldn't have to force ourselves to feel good about a Three of Pentacles. It's kind of like, yeah, even if I muster up the energy for this, and let's say it's a little bit positive, would it still serve a purpose? Would we be any more cooperative tomorrow than we were yesterday? It's like, yeah, maybe I could muster up the energy to feel a little better about it. But is that going to change the output? Should you and I be here? Full stop. Should we continue to contract ourselves to this? And they need to think about those things too. It's not just you. Okay? They got to think about those things too. Guys, whatever this is, I think it's better suited to something that doesn't have such a higher value attached to it. Okay? I mean, maybe it should just be friends. Because I can see it. I can see it where it's like, yeah, okay. A little bit of thoughtfulness here, show some positivity, but what if the output continues to remain the same? We don't know, but you have a lot of evidence how it doesn't work, though. King of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. Yeah, no, I don't know. It seems to me you don't want to continue to sign up for what fundamentally on the outside looks like an empty endeavor or an empty gesture or an empty contract. But that's up to you. King of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. You, the Lovers, the High Priestess, and I know you have a bad feeling, and you're not wrong. Twist. Okay, so first of all, your power card direct. That's you. I'm not saying your person has a Lover's connection. I'm not. The vibe hits really different when it's Lover's connection. So that's you in and of your own right. That's you, Gemini. Okay. The High Priestess, the Shadow. You intuitively feel, I don't think you voice this opinion. I don't think you voice this thought. You intuitively feel, you on the inside, between me, myself, and I. You strongly suspect, and I don't think you're wrong, that the only reason this discussion of rebirth has come up at all is because we have some codependency issues. And I think that's why we keep showing, can we agree on who does what? Can we get this back into a more productive, cooperative state of investment? That's because someone here fundamentally is not secure with their role. And what little they do give, it doesn't necessarily sustain the other. That means somebody here is more reliant on their partner or this business partner or whatever it is. And that's why it's under discussion at all. It kind of goes back to the basics, doesn't it? Okay. New restaurants. Love it. I love to try new restaurants. Okay, but I have a rule. Very simple rule. And it's done me well over the years, so I keep doing it. You go to that new restaurant. Okay. You order the most basic thing. Burger, chicken, whatever. And if it's the most fantastic burger, it's like, what? This is great. It's new, innovative. What? Look at all the flavors. Oh my God, that's great. The price, amazing, everything. Okay, I will definitely be coming back. Now let's imagine where we order that standard burger and we got substandard results for a new place that's supposed to be so awesome with a huge overpriced menu. We won't be coming back because I and that so-called new restaurant that's getting all the buzz and attention can't agree over the fundamentals of a burger. You and this person do not agree over the fundamentals of whatever constitutes a contractual relationship, be it in business or marriage. And if we can't get a Three of Pentacles right, there's a problem. You strongly suspect this is more to do with codependency and someone afraid to let go, and they're just going to lean on you as they have continued to have done. Okay? And it's like, no, I'm sorry, I can't. You and I, no. Even the Three of Pentacles I get from this situation is painful and a constant reminder that I'm going to be underserved or underwhelmed in this situation. You strongly feel that this situation, connection is clingy for the wrong reasons, wanting to try again for the wrong reasons. And that's why I see you with a sense of confidence politely saying no. No, I'm not going to invest in that. I'm walking from that. I don't think you're actually going to express the reasons underneath that. That seems to be a private dialogue with yourself. But I don't think you're wrong. Do you see that? Can you reassure me that in this commitment, we can do more? Because we kind of got a lot of history here that says we won't do more, or we can't do more. Kind of sucks. Somebody gets the short end of the stick. Look at that. It was a great conversation. It is. But you've just had too many underwhelming or lackluster burgers. You understand? Once more, it's a metaphor for the thing. Okay. And it's like, if you don't cut this off or walk away from it, it will continue to cling to you. Like wet tissue. Okay. May is confusing. 43. Like, what are we even doing here? Yeah, I agree. What are we doing here? We're making things unnecessarily confusing. I don't want to continue to walk this maze. I want to get to the center of the prize, and I don't know that this is it. Unexpected income, 27. Unexpected. I think the concern here is the change of income or the change of support. Confused about the intent, and confused about the investment. There are promises here, ideas, hints, or indications that we can commit to more work, and yet And I'm just saying work, guys. I mean the output, whatever that is, whatever that structure is you two have agreed upon, the structure doesn't work. It's not living up to the promise. So it's like, what are we even committing to here? Messages, communication, 12 hummingbirds, brief. It's not very convincing. It's too fluttery, isn't it? Too wishy-washy, too likely to change its mind. Fluttery. It's telling you one thing and then it's going to tell you another thing. It's like we can't commit to the idea, or we can't commit to doing more, or being part of something more, believing in something more, having stronger feeling. I don't quite know what it is, but it's too flighty. Too many different messages and some of them cross over each other. To be fair, you listened. You really thought it was going to be a real conversation, but you're getting a lot of verbal cues to not expect much change. Take inspired action, full moon in Virgo. So you got some very strong Virgo in your chart to be connecting to. The season might be important to you. We have N, E, Y, U, the medallion of Gemini, of course, Capricorn now in Capricorn season, and once more Virgo. You could have once more these strong placements in your chart. You could be double, triple Gemini. Like I said, could be connecting to the season might be important, particularly now here in Capricorn season. Gemini, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. Okay. Ace of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Hanged Man. Okay. Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Well, I guess the answer was yes. The Chariot. Oh, Six of Wands, Nine of Wands. Okay. All right. Okay. We'll see. Ace of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Hanged Man, hanging back over some very strong feelings. Natural feelings, too. Ace of Cups, Knight of Wands is very natural. Okay? It's one's full heart, full of love. The idea is that it's so full that it starts to overflow and can create two cups, or want to fulfill that desire of creating two cups. Knight of Wands, one's personal energy, passion, moving forward, energy, momentum. Okay. The Hanged Man, hanging back, looking at these things, feeling these things. It's there for you. Okay, but it's on pause. It's like it's almost like you're asking yourself, is my energy really going there? Am I feeling love? Am I turned on? What? So I'm curious to see why you're upside down about it. Otherwise, it's quite lovely. It's very natural. It's very normal. Okay. So is this love? What? Okay. Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and then boom. Someone joined you. It hits the scene. Seven of Pentacles, steady. We have some familiarity, I believe, with this person. I'm very curious to see how the Seven of Pentacles plays out for you. But the Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. So yeah, I've got clearly two people here. So reverse energies as you see fit. But yeah, you two seem to get on well enough, There's a lot of respect there. Mutual attraction. You see that? Blue for blue, red for red. Yeah. Love, passion. You both feel it to some extent, in some way. Further out, Chariot, Six of Wands, Nine of Wands. It's like, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm moving forward, okay? I am moving forward. I am, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. You're really trying to squash this triumphant impulse you might feel. It's like, congratulations to me, kudos, pats on the back, see I'm moving forward. Nine of Wands, you're like, shut up. Just, I don't know why you're being hard on yourself. But you are moving forward as Chariot. I'm not saying you have to. It's a choice, You didn't have to. You're choosing to. So I'm happy for you. As Six of Wands, Nine of Wands, it's kind of like saying, don't. I don't want it to go to my head. Okay. Can I just enjoy moving forward, please? I don't want it to. It's like I don't want to run away with it. I don't want it to go to my head. I don't want. I'm not here for congratulations or kudos. I'm moving in a direction now. Okay. it's interesting. It's like you're being weirdly kind of firm with yourself about how you don't want it to look like a victory in love or something like that. I don't know. It's but you feel so darn good though. And you're like, see, right there. It's enough that I've chosen a direction. I don't need my ego stroked. Okay, I'm happy that I'm proceeding this direction. Okay, it's interesting. Curious. I'm very curious about you. Ace of Cups. Knight of Wands. The Hanged Man. There's a suspension of disbelief here. There's this hint that this couldn't be happening to you. Is that why? Is that why you're trying to show me no victory on this one? Please don't even count it. It's not even don't even look at me. This can't be happening to me, but it is though. So what's going on? Ace of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Hanged Man. Your feelings are real, natural, and valid. Okay. Oh, and holding back. Oh, I'm sure. Four of Pentacles. How long have you been on pause with these feelings, honey? A while. Three of Wands, Four of Wands. The Sun. And as you've... I'm sorry, but just to point it out, as you've delayed your natural feelings, you've also delayed your happiness. Not giving yourself permission to pursue it or open up to it has delayed your happiness. Okay? One kind of begets the other. As we put something off and we deliberately hang back, put our energies on pause, our actions, our will, and our intent on pause, everything else gets delayed too. So I'm looking at you, and it's like literally happiness has been right around the corner from where you are, but you had to be willing to take your emotions off pause and engage in them, interact with them, give yourself permission to express yourself. But yeah, happiness for you has been right around the corner, honey. Three of Wands, Four of Wands too, with the Sun. Very happy. What could be potentially a very happy, emotionally fulfilling, and stable relationship. Four of Wands, once more, as two people define it. So you have a feeling that whatever's been right around the corner from you could make you very happy, elated, warm, full of love and passion. Very simple, natural, but beautiful things. Organic. That's the best process in the world, is when it's natural. You know? Three of Wands, Four of Wands, the Sun. Yeah. So I don't know what led up to that pause, that delay. You would know. But hopefully you will take yourself off pause. And your beautiful feelings too, because happiness is essentially right around the corner. Okay. The Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Let's take a look. This is a very curiously positioned Seven of Pentacles. It's kind of like saying that person or the love's there. It's always been there. What's going on here? It might be that you two have a common path that shows up in 3D. Connectivity in some way. A communal effort. Who knows? Similar endeavors. But in some way we have roots here. Perhaps not the most prosperous route. You know, it can be very stagnant. The Seven of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Oh, indeed. Wheel of Fortune, just as you. Oh, indeed. Confused. We were never quite sure about this one. In our pathway, in some way you know them. Like I said, you have overlapping paths in some way. You have perhaps shared roots or shared history that might, again, have to do with work, a common effort, a common cause, but it's just stretched out over time, literally over time. Perhaps on and off connectivity of knowing that person in some way, shape, form, or function. May not have been romantic. I don't know. But it's so stretched out over time. And then justice, you're just now becoming calibrated to it. Well, honey, it is what it is. I don't You're just now becoming calibrated to it. You personally. You feel for yourself. Okay, that sense of, oh, I think I'm in balance now. Between what you feel is right out there on the horizon, right around the corner from you, and your reality, and allowing them to balance both equally at the same time. You coming into alignment with it. It's a beautiful thing. To my eyes, through my eyes, it looks beautiful. To you, it might look very confusing. But why after all this time? Well, it begs the question, why were you in Hanged Man to begin with? Okay. Especially with these beautiful components that really don't need to be put on pause unless we are going out of our way to deliberately delay something, or we insist we're not ready, or we need more points of view. But yeah, we put our love and our passion on a shelf and said, you know what, I'm just going to examine that shelf from time to time and check it out. And, you know, maybe I'll see it differently or perceive it differently or feel it differently. And so I don't know why you had these beautiful elements on the shelf to begin with, but they were there. They've been there a long time. And just to see that, just to see your happiness right around the corner from you, that's crazy. So I don't know, honey. I don't know. You would know better than I would at this time. Okay, that would be further looking into a past that we don't have time for, but you know, I'm glad it's catching up to you now. It's odd. You two look very normalized when you're near each other. And that's because you two have a sense of familiarity. But it's now checking against your scales. As normal for you, good for you, correct for you. That's wild. It's like finally allowing yourself to see what was there this whole time, but because you're ready to use your elements now, maybe. The Chariot, 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands. It's like, yeah, I'm moving forward, but I'm not going to ego trip on it. Like, I don't know what that means. Let's take a look. It's like, don't congratulate me. Don't congratulate me. Okay, just let me be happy that I'm moving forward. I don't know what that's about. The Chariot, 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Okay. Perhaps there's this idea here that I was resisting my sense of destiny. And you don't want to hear any shit? Is that it? I didn't say destiny. I have to have this talk with people all the time. It's like, well, I don't want to believe in fate and destiny. That doesn't mean I have a choice. And people are like, I have choice, but it seems like things inevitably happen. Yes! Life is both. Life is both a combination of destiny, things that were meant to happen, and our ability to exercise choice as free-willed human beings. It is both. Whatever this was has been on your path for a long time, but it's like you were resisting that it was there the whole time. It's like, well, that can't be right. It's too easy. Or, you know what? No, it's not. Maybe you said something really offhanded to yourself one day. They're not my type. Well, that's good. We don't want people to be our type. Type means typecast. That means it's not going to work out because it's a type. So I don't know. But it's not about us where you resist it. It's on my path for a reason. No, it's not. That's just a coincidence. Year after year. That can't be right. I don't know. But it was there this whole time. The Chariot, 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands. 2 of Pentacles, back and forth. Knight of Swords, taking action. Well done. Okay, Judgment. Oh, good. You made a judgment call. Excellent. Well done. It's like, you know what? This back and forth bullshit. Good for you. 2 of Pentacles. I hate saying that for you because you can really get lost to it, honey. No, I think you're in alignment now. Boom. Judgment. Here, Knight of Swords. Boom. I've made a decision at last. No more of this 2 of Pentacles crap. I'm moving forward, but it's also like you're saying, I don't want to hear it from the universe. I don't want to hear it. I'm here now. Okay? I'm here now. I'm doing this thing. I'm opening up to this. So I'm not saying you have to just pick or choose this person. It's just, it seems like whoever that is has been there the whole time or for a long time. And allowing yourself to fully express your heart and your passion and seeing that happiness was right around the corner for you this whole time. Two of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Judgment. And it's like, boom, there you go. Off like a rocket. Decision made. You heed the call. No more confusion. One direction. You being on page with yourself about what you're doing and why. But it's just like one thing here. No ego tripping. No. No. It's almost like you don't want to hear I told you so from yourself or I told you so from the universe. I don't know. But I'm happy to see that you picked a direction, and it's like you can honestly say you feel calibrated now that you've made a decision. Okay. Were you waiting? You think I'm going to keep my love and my passion on a shelf for the right one? And you were never quite convinced that whatever this was the right one. It was just too easy. It was just there this whole time. How can that? No. This idea of the one is far away from me. It can't be satisfied. There's no way it can be satisfied. There's no way. It's always at arm's length for me. Didn't you get tired of having something at arm's length for you that you could never quite identify, see, or experience for yourself? I don't know. There's something here that loves you and has passion for you and you for them in your own way. It's almost like I wouldn't allow myself to fully experience it or come to terms with it. I don't know, Libra. Home. So close to home. Why do I keep using that? It was right around the corner from you. Home was right around the corner for you. Yeah. For some of you, 4/4, indication of April, possibly spring. Now, that's not to say you're not taking action within the next week or two or answering the call within the week or two. But in terms of understanding what home feels like in courtship, for some of you, you'll have full development of that by April. But yeah, that's beautiful. 4 and 4. Excellent. Home, courtship, it's happening. And they're so close to you. The environment is so close. It's a very beautiful home. It's quaint. It's cozy. Somebody has that. Courtship. Yeah, it's taken off. Oh, house. Our homes were very close to each other, weren't they? Someone's home is kind of small, pokey, cozy, comfortable, and then someone else a big home. But yeah, you're so close to each other. Oh my goodness. It's so freaking close. 24/4. It's like it's too easy. They're on my path. That can't be right. No, the love I'm looking for is way out there. Way out there. Somewhere out there. No. It was very close to you this whole time. Attend to the details. Last quarter moon in Virgo. Last quarter moon in Libra. Keep your heart open. Believe in your good luck. First quarter moon in Sagittarius. And then, of course, be proud of yourself. Last quarter moon in Taurus. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to it this season. Might be important to you. Okay. H-E-I-M. We have the medallion of Pisces and the lotus flower, that of Scorpio. So you might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to, or the seasons might be important to you. Libra, honey, yours was interesting. But I do hope it helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Oh, excuse me. As always, I typically take my break between yours and Libras. Anyway, Taurus, honey. What's up? What's going on? Little coffee break there. I'm sure you understand. What's going on? Show me, Taurus, please. What's going on? Okay. 7 of Wands. Okay. 8 of Wands. 3 of Cups. All right. All right, the Hermit. 10 of Pentacles. Oh, 9 of Cups. Okay, good. A lot more relaxed. That's good. The High Priestess, the Knight of Wands, and the 2 of Swords. Okay, that's fine. All right, 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 3 of Cups. Cautious. Caution. I'm trying, though. Give me credit, Christina. I'm trying. You are. Just cautiously trying. I'm seeing cautious communication, cautious connectivity. 3 of Cups. To connect, to reconnect, to use our words here. 7 of Wands. Just like, I'm a little defensive, but I'm trying. You are. You do have your guard up a little bit. You could also, of course, be exercising boundaries, standards for yourself about how we're talking and connecting to this, you know? Very natural, very normal. It happens. Sometimes we feel a little guarded with our words and our connectivity. Hence the 7 of Wands. Okay? So far, nothing troubling here. The Hermit, 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Yeah, but for the most part, though, you are well composed. The Hermit, 10 of Pentacles, you are old hand at what you do here. The Hermit with the 10 of Pentacles has a great deal of experience. You're showing me ample amounts of comfort, security, well-known experience, and well-known knowledge around your foundation, everyday way of life. Lots of security there. I love it. And Knight of Cups. Feeling a little softer there. A little bit more at ease with our emotional self within the context of that foundation. Okay, so it could be that you're getting more comfortable with this, seeing it in your environment, interacting with it in your environment. But yeah, you're quite comfortable here. Very happy to see that for you. All right, the High Priestess, Knight of Wands, 2 of Swords. We have a feeling that the energy is picking up. We don't have ample evidence of it. 2 of Swords, it's just a feeling you have that things are picking up in a certain way, in a certain direction, that things are a little bit lighter, a little bit more fluid, a little bit more energetically high, fun, fast, exciting, passionate, however you want to do it. 2 of Swords, like I said, we don't absolutely know. It's your intuitive self that's kicking off here. That's saying things are picking up. It's feeling good. I feel good about it. 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 3 of Cups. It's interesting to me, you said 2 of Swords. You don't absolutely know, but you have a feeling. You have a feeling. Honey, that feeling that we have where we say, I have a feeling, says so much. Okay? It's not really a logical conclusion. It's not. It really is this, I've got a feeling. Yeah. Yeah. There's more to it than meets the eye. Yeah. All right. 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 3 of Cups. What we doing? Justice, 6 of Wands, 10 of Cups. You feel correct in doing this. A very important point here with Justice. That says a lot to me. 6 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Whatever this is that you are connecting to using your words and then connecting, reconnecting with socially, emotionally, you're saying this, that's good. It's good. We're seeing results here. You're showing me high levels of emotional confidence as well as spiritual confidence around this. In other words, it's happening. So something here is important to you. We're talking, we're connecting, and you feel good. It's like I was justified. And there's that internal sense of the 6 of Wands that I was correct, you know. And 10 of Cups, you feel strongly that this is harmonizing. That's good. We're getting this thing back into place, back into play in our lives in a little bit more of a recognizable way, and a little bit more of a loving and supportive way, but above all, a correct way. And privately, you're quite pleased with yourself. It's like, see, I did it. I brought this together, and it feels good. I was right to do so. I was right to do so. I love that. You gave me the little, But yeah, good job. Good job. You did a great job here. Talking, connecting, expressing needs, but correcting the situation. And it seems like whatever this is or whatever it represents, you're getting it back into the fold. Okay? 10 of Cups are inner circle, family, friends, however you want to do it. The point is that it shows up in your life in a consistent way of love and support. You to them, they to you. Okay? But yeah, we're getting this one back in there. Wonderful. Well done. The Hermit, 10 of Pentacles. Excuse me, Knight of Cups. A little bit more relaxed in there. Good. I'm happy to see that. You have quite the world. The Hermit, the 10 of Pentacles. It looks like you've been walking this particular foundational path for a long time. You're good at it. Okay, very good, very secure. Oh, yeah. So, Ten of Pentacles, there it is again. Some sort of relationship there for you. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know your foundation in and out, yes? Mm. You know all the main roads. You know all the back roads. You know the back roads to the back roads. Mm-hmm. Some of you help build them. Define them. Meaning, purpose, structure. Whatever it is that you do has literally lended to the infrastructure of your foundation community. Like, that's how extensive it is. The Hermit there, no joke with that Ten of Pentacles. That's a lifetime achievement. Knight of Cups. There's a little bit of softness there. Not so heavy. Two of Cups. Oh, the World, death. Excuse me. Okay, Two of Cups. Something for you has cycled out in your foundation. It's very distinct. And yet, you're showing me movement in your heart. It's like, nonetheless, my heart must go on. Wow, I was not expecting that. I mean, I don't know that I was expecting anything much, but that's quite distinct. That's quite the punctuation mark on a foundation. You know. So you've been knowing this. And you've been transforming too, yes? Mm-hmm. When did that cycle occur? It looks like old news to me. It's something that you're still evolving from, however. Two of Cups, some sort of emotional bond. It doesn't tell me too much. Okay. It's not the one here in your opening that you got back into the fold of your life. Okay. It's not that. This is a different situation. This feels good. It feels correct. Like I said, it feels justified. This is something that you know has cycled out for some time, and you're still evolving from it. The Knight of Cups here, going back to that space of the heart, suggests then you're learning to get more comfortable, opening up in a new direction, expressing yourself differently, allowing your heart to explore new places. I mean, you're transforming, you're changing. Am I looking at a rebirth for you? It's just at the emotional level. Otherwise, it says your foundation's set and you don't want anything about that to change. Not really. You've done so much with it. You've come so far with it. No plans for change there. But within it, at some point, an emotional connection, an emotional relationship exited. And you've had the chance, for transformation. And it is happening. It is. If you were still in the worst of it, if you were still in the thick of it, I wouldn't be saying this. So I know you've come a long way. Okay? It's like you're learning to live in your foundation minus that person's energy, and you've done a really good job. Okay? So much so that you're pretty comfortable expressing yourself differently now, I believe, emotionally. Your heart feels lighter these days, more fluent. Okay. All right. Mind you, once more, just to emphasize for the Taurus I'm looking at, this didn't happen yesterday. I didn't know. Mm-mm. That's not to say it happened years ago, but that cycle's old enough that you've actually made quite a bit of progress already, you personally. You've retained a lot of what makes your life your life. But there's one piece of you specifically that continues to transform. Okay? And that's the emotional self. Now, systems check, all is well, overall. You've done a great job. Just know that. Okay, you can feel it for yourself. You're either feeling more relaxed in your heart, a little bit more exploratory these days, or you're not. That's it. The High Priestess, the Knight of Wands, Two of Swords. So yeah, we don't seem to have absolute proof, but the intuitive side of things, something's happening. Something's happening. Yeah. We're kind of excited. Oh, that was the kettle. Never mind that. The High Priestess, Knight of Wands, Two of Swords. Ace of Wands. King of Pentacles, that's you. Six of Cups, you looking fine. Fine fit you. Taurus is looking Taurus. You're a champ, honey. You're an absolute champ. Look at you. You look great. You're a fucking champ. Look at you. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Something's happening. You are authentically excited. You also surprised me here with that soul bone. Methinks it has to do with your opening, where you're like, cautiously, carefully going to use our words, connecting, reconnecting. And you're like, I was right. Surprise, surprise, Taurus was right. We should not be surprised by this, Christina. I'm not. It's like I got that back into the fold. And then, personally, on the side of personal energy towards this, are you happy that they're back in the fold? Yeah, absolutely. Personally, however, you're saying, I don't have all the evidence, Two of Swords, but I got a feeling something's happening. I think it feels pretty good. I think this is a good experience. You're not wrong, once more. If we were doing a collective read for you, it's just, yeah, you're not wrong. Again, ... Again, Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Look at that. You got a soul bond, and you're looking snug as a bug in a rug. Very secure, very you, invested. And Six of Cups, someone whom you've known a long time, you have that unique, special connection with. Yeah. Ace of Wands, I'm not saying you have to. It could be, yes, that you are bringing someone into the fold and or back into the fold, and we better understand their connection to us later as a soul bond. It could be that you already know that. Point is, you're showing me you're comfortable with them, like you're extremely comfortable with them, and your energy is rising. You're not wrong, and it's not just rising for you. Instinctually, you feel it's happening for the both of you. But you're like, you're sitting there, you're looking pretty, you're looking fine, you're looking handsome, however you want to do it. And you're like, I think the both of us are experiencing that, Christina. Once more, you're not wrong. All right. Well, that was quite the read today. Interesting. I have to say it was incredibly straightforward. I know that seems difficult, but for the Taurus I'm looking at, you've been adjusting to that for a while. You've done a great job. It told me a lot when you showed me a pre-existing solid structure. You don't get more solid than that. And how you were relaxing, despite the absence of that. No. You've done a good job getting back in that heart space of yours. And still showing high levels of security, stability. You're that Taurus, you're on top of your game, you know your stuff. Okay? Distant horizons, 36, I know. Where we find you today. I think you pulled anchor on this one a long time ago, and you've been making progress ever since, yes? And we're catching up to where we see you today. Okay. You yourself knew. A little further out, I'm going to be okay. 36. Concern. Why are you showing me concern over that? Concern. What are you thinking about? 33, concern. The wizened gentleman. You might have some Virgo in there. The ring. Wedding ring, commitment, whatever it represents to you. Concern, thinking about commitment, thinking about marriage. Okay. On your mind, is it right for me? Am I going there? Am I headed in that direction? Is that what I want to do? Where do I want to see myself in commitment so many years? Okay. Well, you are that person who gives a lot of thought to your foundation, so I can't say I'm surprised. Where do you want to be in so many years, and do you want someone by your side? You know, it's on your mind. You're thinking about compatibility, companionship. Well, you're not alone in future. No, you honestly think the energy's going in a very positive direction. It's like I get a little more enthusiastic every day. I feel good about this a little more every day. I feel a little more bonded to my soul bond every day. Yeah, I think good things are happening. Long term, well, it's on your mind in some way. That's all right. Kind of par for the course, yes? The messenger, right there, opening. Bright messenger, very colorful. Bright, colorful, beautiful, but vibrant messages of hope, optimism, good news, glad tidings. Okay? 1. We also have 33, 25, 36. Okay. Oh. It's funny, it felt like a short read. But I like how you look out there towards the end. More to the point. You're listening to what you feel. You're not wrong. Okay. Practice gratitude. Last quarter moon in Sagittarius. No doubt. You might have some very strong Sagittarius in your chart. Could be connecting to. The season might be important to you. But always, no matter what, practice gratitude. I strongly suspect for the Taurus I'm looking at, that's regular practice for you. Okay. All right. P, T, Z. We have the medallion of Leo. You might have some very strong lead in your chart. Could be connecting to the season, etc. And then we have the great owl. Eyes wide open, very wise, smart. Putting our thoughts together, acting on them too. Highly observant. Like I said, you're pretty smart. I hope this helps you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. There you go. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Virgo, please. What's going on? Show me Virgo. Okay. Ace of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. Oh, the Empress. Oh, that's very steady. Knight of Cups. Page of Wands. 8 of Pentacles. That's beautiful. Lovely. The High Priestess. The Sun. Oh, honey, get out of here. You don't need tarot today, and I'm very happy for you for that reason. I can see some of the most intense stuff for you guys, and you all tend to take that in stride in good faith, and I really appreciate you for that. So I'm happy for you. I want you to get out of here. Go live life. If this is you, go live life. Love them hard. Don't let them go. It's beautiful. Ace of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, the Empress. It's the long way in love, but nonetheless, we feel it. Ace of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, the Empress. We're ready. We're ready for love in this one, ready to be in love. It's the long path in love, 7 of Pentacles, and that's okay. If fulfillment is here and empowerment is here, it suggests it couldn't have been any other way. Some people take the long road, and some people take the short road. I think I gave that spiel to somebody not too long ago. I want to say it was Aries, but I don't remember who. Anyway, there generally speaking are 2 types of people. Those who take their time to fall in love, and those who take the shortest avenue possible. And this one was the long path. Whether that's like you in life all the time, I don't know. But with this particular case or union, it was. But yeah. The fulfillment of it. It took time, but it's here. Yeah, that's beautiful. Knight of Cups, Page of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. And it's all good. It's all gravy. You want to keep things going. Yeah, you just want to keep things going. And then also I'm seeing elements to real life as well. So very true to earth signs. You will show me a mixture of things, among your pentacles. You pack a lot into it. That can include your feeling, your passion, your happiness, and then work. So there's a lot in there, but I'm just saying it's all good. It's all gravy, baby. I love it. You're showing me such a steadiness around your emotional expression, imprint, how you feel, what you're doing. So it's all kind of in there, but in the best way. Everything's all mixed up, but beautifully so. I love this. I do. You look happy. You look healthy. You look productive. You look in love. You express yourself positively every day. So like when someone goes to work in love, and you just, if you see that person, they go to work in love, and you're just like, you sap, you sick, I don't bring that shit to work. And that's your more cynical person. And the happy person's like, yay, Virgo's in love. I don't know, but that's just where you are. You look beautiful. Very happy. So be it at work or at home, or whatever represents home in the heart to you. Clearly you're emotionally attached to somebody. You just look great. I'm not saying you're happy all day, every day, but pretty darn close. As we see here, the High Priestess, the Sun, Knight of Wands. Intuitively, you're happy. Like you're over the fucking moon, except you didn't show me the moon. You're over the sun. Like, that's passion. You're happy, you're warm, you're glowing. I mean, honey, you're walking around an absolute chemical high. If someone gets too close to you, they're going to get a contact high. Like, you're just, you see what I'm saying? Like, but this is how you look, probably in reality. It's good, man. I'm good. I'm really good. And it shows in your face, and it shows in your eyes, and it just shows in your aura, if you will. It shows in your body language. You're relaxed, you're loose, you're happy, you're comfortable, you're confident, secure. So yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful mixture of everything here. I'm happy for you. Intuitively, you're in alignment to this. It's like, I gotta keep this going, man. Nothing beats this. This is aces, baby. Aces next week. This is tops. I mean, this is great. Yeah, I feel like we got an early preview for you. Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, the Empress. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Ace of Wands for some of you, sure. You had your doubts at first with the Seven of Swords. Well, that's okay. It happens all the time. We only get into trouble if we ignore the call. Okay? But not every ace is meant to be taken. But there's some where if we try to avoid it or not make a decision on it, then we get ourselves into trouble. It's like, hey, this one's really for you. You want to take it? So we don't have to. And I get that all the time. Is it destiny, fate, or is it my choice? It's both. We can get those judgment calls. Hey, stupid, we're trying to give you this. Do you want to take this? Do you want to take this ace? You want to take this ace? And be like, no. Not everybody's willing to take what is due. It just depends on your point of view. Are you in alignment to it? Are you aware of your self-worth? Are you aware of what's due to you? You know? Anyway, I'm happy to see that you are in this glorious energy of yeah. I'm taking what's due me. Yeah, I'm taking all this. I'm not going to leave a penny of it behind. Okay? I love that. There's a lot of embracing here of everything that's good and healthy and wholesome and loving and passionate for you. I love it. Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, the Empress. Seven of Pentacles for this. It really was the long road. Three of Swords, the Knights of Wands. There was a delay on this. There was a delay on the acceptance of this love, allowing ourselves to give to it, because not too long ago we had a negative feeling about it. The Seven of Pentacles, the same path that you are enjoying so beautifully. If not now, then soon. You didn't always have such a positive thinking towards it. You didn't always have such a positive disposition. You thought perhaps failure, or rejection, or that the energy wouldn't be welcome. You weren't always so open to it. Do you see the Seven of Pentacles here twice? That long path in love? There's a time you literally could not see yourself on that path. You saw it as maybe a pleasant experience, but ultimately could harm you or break your heart. You know? And now we're open to that path very differently. It's full of love and empowerment. That's either you or the person you're connected to. I can't quite tell. When I can't tell about the empowerment thing, it's usually falling on two people then. But yeah, this was the long road in love. With something ultimately at the end of the day represents empowerment and a sense of self-worth and our willingness to claim it, as we were talking about. You weren't always so willing to claim it. You were afraid it would hurt you. So you were walking a path not too long ago that looked very different. But soon, perhaps for some of you, I know I'm looking at the bi-weeklies. I know. Because it's taken such a long time to convert the path we're on, to look at it differently, to experience it differently. Some of you, this might be a little more future-oriented out to March, maybe. But hopefully you're on it now, or you will be in time. The Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, the Empress, that's beautiful. It's a long path and very full love with someone who I believe is of your equal, unconditional love, with a very strong sense of can-do. Okay. That fully accepts you, loves you, just as you are, the way you are. No rejection in that. Knights of Cups, Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. That's the tricky bit about Seven of Pentacles, guys. It's some kind of path, but it's not always straightforward. It's rocky. And it can often lead to stagnation. But that doesn't mean it can't be reworked, reapproached. And that's exactly what it looks like in my eyes for you. Reapproached it, said this is what should be on my path. Not that. This. This love. This feeling of empowerment with someone special. The Sun. Ace of Wands. It's just so happy. Oh my God, you're just so happy. You're so happy. The Sun, Ace of Wands, Four of Wands. Yeah, you were absolutely that fool. Well, you know what I mean by fool. I mean it in a positive, fun way. You're that fool walking around just grinning. You're just grinning. And it was like, what's up with them? Love. Maybe you wouldn't understand. Happiness. A healthy, productive relationship. Yeah, maybe you wouldn't understand. I don't know. But I don't think you're going to be cynical like that. No, you're all too familiar with staying on a path that ultimately is dissatisfying, but afraid to advance it or make progress in it because you think it might reject you. And I don't know when you stopped doing that, but the point is that you stopped doing that. At some point, you started embracing what was your due. It's beautiful. And you got an equally powerful response. Oh, yeah, someone stands by you. It's highly stable. It's very loving. It's very secure, and it very much returns itself to you. In other words, the energy you give to it gives back to you, so it's a healthy investment. So I don't know what kind of stage you two are in your relationship, but it's the kind where it's active. And it gets built every day, and it gets built from a space of love and happiness and continuous communication. I love what we're doing. I'm happy. I hope you're happy too. You are. Fantastic. Let's keep doing this. I mean, the energy is constantly refreshed. It's constantly given to because we want to, because it makes us happy. So you two, active dating. You two, active relationship building. Trust, emotion, happiness, again and again and again. Like I said, all the good stuff is here. Beautiful. The High Priestess, the Sun, and Knights of Wands, and intuitively, you're thrilled, honey. You're absolutely thrilled. And P.S. that contrasting Seven of Pentacles. Some of you might have quit a path altogether. And got on a new one that represents love. Anyway, I'd like to see more. I would love to press on that a little further, but we kind of have to take these at face value without further clarification. Anyway, the High Priestess, the Sun, the Knights of Wands. Strength. King of Pentacles. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, they're still with you. Yeah, it's great. They feel the same way. I see you as the King of Pentacles here, Nine of Pentacles, and I see someone of independence and individuation at your side. Okay, so someone who can build right alongside with you. They really are equal. They believe in investment theory. In other words, in healthy situations, you get back what you put in. They understand this. Okay, so you both get back what you put into it. It's a return of investment at a very high value. So it's not just it's not just reality as in 3D material building. Again, it's also the metaphor for what you're building between you two, the relationship, the emotional peace, and above all, happiness. And there's high levels of passion too. Oh my goodness, you two are absolutely crazy about each other. And you have a very strong feeling about that. You're like, yeah, why do you think I'm so happy? I'm a happy camper. Yes. And strong, very strong. And this is using strength as a positive. In other words, we're pulling all this towards us. We don't push it away. Okay? You already know what it's like to push things away on your path. You're pulling this towards you because it really does literally work for you. It feels correct at every conceivable level. It just fits you like a glove. You keep on keeping on. It looks like you are very much connected to someone of your worth. I'm not convinced they're an earth sign, but they practice life like earth. Value, investment. If it's not worth my time, energy, and effort, I don't do it. You are worth my time, energy, and effort. Therefore, I'm here. I believe in you the way you believe in me, and thus we build. And we're very happy, very emotionally satisfied, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it, extremely sexually satisfied. It's there. I'm not going to keep avoiding that. It's there. Yes. It's there. So I don't know where you're coming from. I can see that the lack of passion was a big issue for some of you, where you didn't feel connected to the heat or the energy or warmth, but hey, the world you were in was consistent and kind of steady, neutral, maybe. And it's, no, we don't want that anymore. I switch paths, one that's warm, loving, etc. A harvest, 10, the scythe, cut. Some of you cut out the old way of life. You weren't producing enough, yielding enough, or you didn't feel that it was productive enough. The yield, living a fruitful life, abundant life, isn't just material. I think you know that, but I have to qualify that a lot of people. Especially those who identify a little bit more on the spiritual side or the emotional side. It's like there's more to life than wealth. Yeah, okay. That depends on what it is you're trying to build. A lot of people put their emotional selves and spiritual selves into their work and strongly identify with it, and that's something you need to know. So if you're anything like me, where you don't like having your efforts, the fruits of your labor, pushed back on, devalued, or minimized, you actually expect to see more growth, more yield, and you're not getting that, then at some point it was indeed time for you to reevaluate that old path. Okay? And we have a long road in love here, and that's fine. But the point is it's productive for you now. 10. Harvest. Sudden wealth. 11. I don't know how sudden it is. It is absolutely that case of you two go through an amazing period of prosperity. Absolutely. And I can see why. You both go to work bliss, like off your head's bliss. Blissful. So it's sudden wealth in terms of sudden expansion. Yeah, I can see that. Clearly, the both of you prosper quite well. Number 11. Yeah, I know. See, I told you. Here we have the tulips, the sign of the lovers. Absolutely. You two are very prosperous when you are connected to each other. You really are pulling on the best from each other, and that's beautiful. The support is phenomenal on both sides of the fence. You go out there and you kill them, babe. You have a great day at work. You too. You too. No, but I love it. It comes from such I told you, I have that sneaking suspicion. So once more, this is tarot. So apologies. This is beyond my control. While I am saying this is bi-weekly, for some of you, it's on the horizon. Some of you are still on those old paths that are still dissatisfying. Okay. 3, for some of you, distinct. I'm not saying you can't start talking to whoever this is tomorrow. What I'm saying is in terms of the development and being on your path that you can see in a way that's recognizable and has shape. March. FYI. 9, 11, 3. Okay. Okay. Last quarter moon in Pisces. Talk less, feel more. Pisces, which is right after Aquarius season, which will flow us into March. Okay, Pisces season for some of you. You also might have some Pisces in your chart, of course, could be connecting to. The season might be important to you. And then we also have Aquarius, and then leads into Pisces. So it's not like you can't talk to this person tomorrow. I'm saying the development of that world where you feel what you feel and you know what you know becomes more solid for some of you by March. New moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Yeah, like some of you haven't opened up to the change yet. But you're on the brink of it, honey. I see your old life, and I see where you could be. That's what it is. I'm telling you. I see that old life, which is still currently for some of you, your present day life. I see what could be. I hope you do too. And that's if you resonate. C, H, J, E. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Tree of Life. Yes, always you endeavor upon that Ten of Pentacles, your foundation. Not just your personal home, career, and finances, which is absolutely here, but what you are connected to in the greater scheme of things, your community, your network, your resources. I know you're concerned with this. We have the Medina of Sag. Some of you have some very strong Sag in your chart. For some of you specifically, Sagittarius might be your Venus placement. For others of you, Virgo might be your Venus placement. Okay? But yeah, here we have the Rose of Venus. Okay? Our Empress, Divine Feminine, something like that. Or that too. And then we also have the Peacock, a bit of a show, a bit of a display. One or both of you might have a bit of a display, like I said. Very colorful, very attractive. And like I said, you two together are quite attractive. So you're quite the show. You two put on quite the show just by living your own life because you're so freaking happy, full of love and passionate energies, etc. Yeah, others are going to see. So anyway, Virgo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Capricorn, please. What's going on? Show me Capricorn. Yeah. Okay. The High Priestess, Ten of Cups. Oh, the Tower. Okay. So you anticipate that then. All right. Okay, Knight of Cups. Let's do it. The Moon, Ace of Swords. Okay. You had a feeling the truth was coming to... Okay, all right. Highly intuitive today I'm looking at. You had all the warnings, all the warning bells, everything, all the triggers, everything. You've had them all. I was like, I was thinking this might happen. Okay. The Magician, Ace of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, that's absolutely right. I haven't clarified yet, and I already agree with you. The High Priestess, Ten of Cups, the Tower. You had a feeling something here was going to shake up in your inner circle. Ten of Cups, inner circle, loosely defined, family, friends. That can also include spouses, kids, lovers, whoever is in your reality in terms of emotional love and support, inner circle. Okay? However you name them and label them. The point is, in some way, they're actively involved in your life to some extent. It might be all the time. It might be very little. The point is that you identify them as being part of your people. Those are your people. Yeah? And it's like you had a feeling something was going to happen in the inner circle. Okay? You just had a feeling. In some way, it was going to get dismantled, shuffled, rearranged. Someone was going to exit. Maybe someone was going to enter. It doesn't feel that way, but it looks like a harsh exit. It's like they don't belong. So the Tower suggests anti. It suggests then whatever that is or whomever that represents, they don't belong there. They don't authentically love and support the way we think or had assumed was correct. Okay. We had a feeling. It's almost like you're saying, I figured they were going to out themselves in some way and show who they really were. Not just to me, but to others. Because clearly the Ten of Cups implies a witness. So it's not just you that's connected to them. Okay? That's a big one, honey. That's a big tower, but you had a feeling. You had a feeling. All right, Knight of Cups, the Moon, Ace of Swords. You're like, see, I knew it. I knew it. And in a way, you're kind of not glad. It's not like wand. It's not like fire. It's not like triumph. But you're more relaxed because the truth is out. It's like, see, this is what I've been thinking, guys. This is what I've been feeling. But here's the thing. It was an obscure truth. It was one of those things you felt and you didn't have absolute evidence of, but somewhere deep down inside, you knew. Ace of Swords, you knew. You knew what was up. Hey, Capricorn, I'm looking at intuitive is like your middle name. Everything about this, like I said, you had all the hints, signs, signals, flags, all the flags. Green flags, red flags, white. You had all the flags about this particular situation. But it was hard for you to say it was absolutely true. You just felt it. And now you're saying, I'm relaxed now. Because what I had been feeling, it's here now. It's here now. Everybody can see it. Here's the truth of it. The Magician, Eight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. You're like, this is what I'm going to do. You personally, this is your plan. Okay? I'm going to retreat. I'm going to take care of myself. A Magician, I'll figure out what to do next, if anything. Eight of Swords, because you're like, honestly, now that it's here, I don't know how I really think about it. And it's like, now that it's finally here, you know, the truth of it, there's a lot to process. You had a feeling, but nonetheless, there's still a lot to process. You know, it's like we can expect something, guys, but when it finally arrives, we can still be shocked, even though we were expecting it. And it's like, okay, now I got to process this because now it's here. So the Magician, Eight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, you want more time to yourself to look at these things, to process, and kind of look at, okay, what's best for me? Okay. How does this affect me? What should my reaction be? How can I take care of myself at this time? All right. The High Priestess, Ten of Cups, the Tower. Excuse me, Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups twice. Two of Pentacles, yeah, we always had mixed feelings on this particular heart space that shows up here. You specifically had mixed feelings about Ten of Cups is there twice. So it might involve more than one person. That's tricky, man. That's difficult. You've personally always struggled trying to include them in a way that was believable. Like, okay, everybody else in the situation wants to perceive them as a Ten of Cups, or multiple people in that Ten of Cups as being authentic family and friends, and it's like you struggled with it. You tried, though. You really tried. What are they seeing or experiencing that I'm not? How come I can't just get them to fit into my heart space like they're supposed to be there? You know, everybody else calls that person Uncle Bob, and everybody seems to love Uncle Bob. But I have misgivings about Uncle Bob. Like, why is Uncle Bob here? You know, there's something about this off. It doesn't seem very genuine. He only seems to come around when there's free food. Like, what? You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the ball rolling on what it is you're experiencing. So you let me know, or don't. It's up to you. It could be private. But you know what? If any of this hits true for you, just give me a thumbs up. You would know. You would know if this is you. So I really don't even see it as one person at this point. It's a couple of folks that you have struggled to find peace in your heart with. Like, why are they here? Why do we call them family? Why do we call them friends? They don't seem to fit, or they're not right. Is it just me? Is it just a Capricorn problem? What is going on? But I can honestly say you did your best to make space for them. You really did. You tried. You tried to get on board with these folks. It's like, okay, you're in the inner circle. Okay, I'm trying to find space for you there. Okay, I'm struggling with it. I don't quite think you belong, though. That means in some way you questioned the love and support from them. Are they really, though? But you tried. You really did try. You weren't totally dismissive. It's not that fears were talking to you so much. It's just you had a feeling something was off. Okay. Like you say, you're supposed to be here, but I don't feel like you should be. I don't have absolute proof. I just have a feeling. And what is that? What is that? What is that? I'm trying. All right. And here it is. There's the truth. And like I said, your heart's more relaxed now that the truth is out. And that one's just waiting to burst forth. That's an absolute truth forged. Okay. That was trying to cut through the moon for a long time. Something here, again, you had partial illumination on, but for the most part, obscure knowledge. And now we know. That one was just waiting to bust open. Knight of Cups. The Moon. Ace of Swords. Five of Cups. It is sad. Two of Cups. And it's all emotions. It's all emotions. It's all emotions. Five of Cups, Two of Cups, Nine of Cups. There's so much sadness here and heartbreak. Yeah, it looks like one or two folks are breaking off from the dynamic, and it is sad, but I don't think they want to be there, and that's coming up as truth. You just had a feeling that these couple of folks, whoever they are, never really wanted to belong, never really wanted to be there, or they never really fit. But it wasn't your place to say, right? And now we have absolute truth and or evidence that they're not supposed to be there, and it's sad. It is really sad. Five of Cups, Two of Cups, Nine of Cups. It feels like a personal loss on all sides. Lots of people are affected. That's why you pulled the Ten of Cups twice. That was not random. Lots of people are affected by this, not just you. But yeah, there was that feeling that those one, two, or three folks never really wanted to fit in, never really wanted to belong, or they just for some reason didn't. And now we know. And it's sad too. It's sad. But also we feel relieved that the truth is out. It's like we don't have to pretend anymore, right? Pretend to like them or get along anymore, or pretend to be cool with them, or it's hard, right? It's hard. It's almost like you're telling me I never really liked them, but I didn't understand why. You know that feeling? Yeah, I'm Scorpio, so I get it all the time. I never really liked them. And I couldn't tell you why. I just got a feeling. Like you. And then something happens, and I'm like, there you go. Now, it's still sad. It's still very disappointing, and it's not just you, boo-boo. No. You're the one that had that opening feeling. It's more like you feel sad for the people who believed in them and they got hurt. The other folks that remain in the inner circle that actually should be there. I got you. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Water, multi-directional. It's everywhere. Okay. The Magician, Eight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Take some time out for yourself. Gather your thoughts. What is it that you can do to make yourself feel more secure at this time? And then maybe give that feedback to others. The Magician, Eight of Swords. That truth tried to pop out again. Ace of Swords. Chariot. The Empress. And the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. Take some time to yourself. Okay? Gather your thoughts, your wits about you, your sense of self, security, personal security. Okay? And then I see you gathering that sense of security and wisdom, and then being a driving force forward to help others. Okay. The Empress, Three of Pentacles, that is not coming across as an intimate partner. Not at all. This is someone whom you're going towards, I believe, to help. Okay. This is one of the people I believe that were affected by this whole situation. This is someone whom you have a high regard for. So such as, say, a mother figure or maybe grandmother or something like that. But it's highly feminine and it needs a little extra support. That person may or may not meet those conditions. But the idea is Three of Pentacles. You're showing me this is what I can give. Friendship, help, how can I assist you? The Chariot, yeah, I see you being a driving force behind this to give someone else some security at this time. And that's how I know you're part of the inner circle. You did not pull yourself out of it. I think you were witness to people who pulled themselves out of it. I strongly suspect you were witness to this. You're not one of the people that remove themselves violently from the inner circle, not at all. You had a feeling about them, at least one other person, for a long time. And now you bore witness to the whole damn thing. And then there you are. You gathered your thoughts. And I knew it. I just knew it. I said Capricorn's going to show up in a helping function. And you did. You did. That's why I said you took a minute to gather your thoughts right there at the Eight of Swords, the Magician. I need clarity. Queen of Pentacles, with some security, let's focus on myself a little bit, and then ask what I can do. And that's exactly what you did. The Chariot, the Empress, Three of Pentacles. I see you offering support or friendship to someone who means a lot to you. Clearly they were affected on all this. I'm not saying you have to. This is what you choose to do. But yeah, however that shows up, that support shows up to you. Yeah, that's because you're still part of the inner circle. You care about who this deeply affected, I believe. Of course you do. Okay. Oh. I think a lot of people relate to this situation more when they see their best friend screw up and they try to connect to someone you know they shouldn't be connecting with, but for some reason it drags out for years, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, before they finally have an incident that's so large they can't deny it and they'd be foolish to go back to it. That's exactly what this feels like, except it's within the family dynamic. Do you see how far-reaching that was? Shockwave. A couple of times. The fallout, how many people are disappointed? And you were like, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it, you know? And that's where you are. Again, thumbs up if you understand. And then there you go. You're offering support to someone who needs it. Mature man. You either are the mature man, or in some way the mature man is here. I strongly suspect that that's you. You're just packing too much calm, wisdom, experience. The 5, the mature man. You know. You just know. You just know. You experienced your calm. And then you reasonably asked of yourself, what can I do? Okay. And distance horizon, 36, a little further out, maybe for some of you. Not too much more, but I strongly suspect that relates to this energy right here. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before someone fucks it up. Or the truth is revealed. It's on the horizon. Maze, walking around days confused, 43. You still have that, you see? There's a lot of things you didn't know. Mind you, the detail. I know, 5. You might have some strong Taurus in that chart. I know. We're talking about the legacy, how things are passed down through the family tree within the very code of our DNA. The legacy passed down. I know this affected the tree, the family tree. I know it did. It's okay. Here's the thing about those trees, honey. Be they community trees, work trees, family trees, you have to know when to prune. And sometimes those trees, they prune themselves. Let's be glad whatever that is got out of there. It was not doing well. And it was not doing well for others. Okay? All right. I have to admit, yours is incredibly diverse. There's so many emotional impressions in here. It is multi-directional. On the off chance you did extract yourself from that 10 of Cups, okay, you weren't the only one. But here's the thing. You had a feeling. Maybe you told yourself, I can't be a part of this. I don't know. But I don't think you extracted yourself. No. I don't believe so. I believe you're a witness to most of this. But the point is that you are doing your job in future. You're showing up as a proper, healthy member of the inner circle to provide assistance to someone else. Okay? There you are, darling. Full moon in Capricorn. Take a reality check. Oh, yeah. The big old reality check. Yeah, this happened during your season. So we're still on point with this. I think that distant horizon speaks for itself. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, you were right. Two S's. 2 S's, G, F. And then we have palm hand once more. 5 is here twice. You might have some very strong Taurus in your chart. Could be connecting to. The season might be important to you. We have the coffee bean. Yeah, bless you. Some of you are naturally high energy. And yes, that can absolutely be a symbol for the coffee bean. Naturally high energy. And some of you just do enjoy your coffee. Perhaps you're drinking one right now. Cheers. But yeah, the coffee bean. Offshoot, some of you work, perhaps, with coffee beans. That's unusual. I don't think I've ever had that impression before. Let me know. And then we have the crescent moon in the reverse, by the light of the new moon. I believe we're still under the upcoming new moon. Yeah, we're still under the upcoming new moon. It hasn't occurred yet. Let's see. No, it'll be new moon in you. Okay. All right. Capricorn, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Scorpio, please. The Lovers, the High Priestess, Knight of Pentacles. Well, you had a feeling, didn't you? King of Cups, there you are, darling. Queen of Cups, oh yeah. The Five of Pentacles, okay. All right, Ace of Swords, Four of Wands. The Hierophant, wow. You know, it kind of went from this high-flying energetic connection to something that is becoming more and more solid. Wow, it's way out there. Oh, incoming communication. It's way out there. And then it starts to come back down to planet Earth in a more realistic way. The Lovers, High Priestess, Knight of Pentacles. Don't get me wrong. That's an outstanding feeling of the intuitive self. You had a feeling stretched out over a long period of time. Something was coming through. Lovers, strong connection. You know what they mean to you. You do. But it's so stretched out. Probably doesn't make any sense. You've probably had a feeling about them for a long time that you could never fully pinpoint or make sense of. But it's there. You just had a feeling. But you kept moving forward, right? You still got things to do on your path. Knight of Pentacles. But yeah, the High Priestess, Lovers. Very strong feeling. And there you are, darling. Makes me smile. It's wearing a purple jacket. King of Cups. That's cool. Which, of course, is our court card. You're not alone. My heart space. King and Queen of Cups. So someone who matches your frequency. In love, specifically. You two, with the Five of Pentacles, despite the background noise of breakage, abandonment, insecurity issues. Okay? We are still trying to get back on each other's wavelength here. Still trying to find the love or work through to understand that there's anything to work through. Okay. But here we are saying, trying to be open to emotional trust. With the Five of Pentacles cut in half, right? Our sense of security is cut in half at the emotional level. Okay. Ace of Swords, truth, strong truth. Four of Wands, relationship, Hierophant. So I'm looking at here a relationship. Now next to it is the Hierophant. That kind of ups the ante and says, well, it's not just any relationship, it's a commitment. Or the truth about the direction of this thing and what that means to you both. What that might look like. I mean, there's a strong conversation, insight around commitment, marriage, belief systems, seeing things eye to eye, trying to understand each other, coming to terms. Okay, there's a lot going on in there. Very simple as it is, there's still a lot going on in there. So let's get to it. The Lovers, High Priestess, the Knights of Pentacles. Let's do one more. Show me that, Lovers, please. The High Priestess. And the Knights of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. And when it shows up, it connects quite easily. You might even call it a friend. You know, Ten of Cups. You seem to be comfortable calling it a friend. You do. Part of your inner circle. Like I often say, your core people. Family, friends. I feel like you've known this person a long time. So much so that you can kind of see them in your life, Ten of Cups. Okay, what their value is. How you have experienced them over the years. And while it does show up spiritually as a very strong connection, in reality, you say, I define it as friendship, but one that comfortably fits into my life that way. It's not forced. When I think about them, I think of them as a friend. And I think many of you have actually worked with this friend before, shared environments. Nine of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, you two know how to work well together. You've done things together before that have to do, again, that benefit the 3D or you both in some way. The environment, active, constructive projects, something like that. But you two have a history. It showed up very clearly, well defined. So the spiritual essence, intuitively, you feel that they're your lover. Okay? You don't seem to contest that on the inside. They're always kind of with you. In Knight of Pentacles, you were moving in that direction where you felt that maybe it's possible to connect with them soon. And you weren't wrong. Okay? But it took a long time. So that feeling was real fuzzy and vague. But I put down these 3 cards. Oh yeah, you two have a wealth of history together. It's pretty straightforward. It's saying, yeah, you can trust the mechanics of the 3D friendship. Yeah. 3D wise, you know who they are. And like I said, you've fit them into your life before, most likely as a friend. Okay. 9 of Pentacles, you're showing me who you are individually. You know, you're very independent. You can cultivate your own garden. 9 of Pentacles, the garden of our own making. You're very comfortable there. You know how to provide for yourself, do for yourself, personal sense of security. 9 of Pentacles, you're 1 pentacle away from a 10 of Pentacles. But like I said, you know, you have no problem taking things on yourself, but you are part of something larger. And that's why I can say from experience, I'm looking at you as part of your inner circle. You can honestly say you've known them a long time and that you can call them a friend. Okay? Let's keep going. King of Cups, Queen of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. You seem to be very comfortable with that knowledge. It doesn't seem to cause you conflict. About the spiritual essence versus the 3D reality. I usually have to give a big lecture about that. You're saying, you know. You know. They're your lover on the inside. Outside, your friend. They're a friend. Okay? You know, just because we worked on some spreadsheets together doesn't mean, you know, it was all that. But you feel deeply bonded to them. Okay. King of Cups, Queen of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. Emotional security here. These two, I believe, are trying to get on the same page. Two of Wands. Decisions, investment, discussions, talks, conversations. Multiple. It's not just one, it's several. Good. Good. You're doing this because you want to. I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying you do because you want to. I got 2 people here. They're trying to reflect each other's heart. Specifically, and I cannot begin to emphasize this enough, this is between you two. Literally between you two. Okay? Nobody else, just you two. They could be a fellow water sign. I don't know about that. I think it has more to do with matching the element here of love. You're trying to literally speak the language of love, emotional repairs, emotional trust. It's multiple conversations spread out over time, but they are active and they're on point. Nobody leaves the other person on red. So we are making ourselves available for communication. Pretty decently, actually. Page of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. This is active. 8 of Wands. But I cannot begin to emphasize it enough. It feels so private. It's just between you two. Okay. I think you're both trying very well, actually, to establish emotional trust. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. That's just okay. This is cool. It's cool. I like what I'm saying here. I do. But respect, we're trying here. The both of you. You need to do more. I mean, it's great. Good dialogue here. Okay? Good back and forth. Good back and forth. Good back and forth. All right. Ace of Swords, 4 of Wands, the Hierophant. You know, you're showing me such security with who you are personally and what you've managed to achieve. And I think that's why you're showing me a certain security around this connection, which I have to tell you once more, very rarely do I see it confirmed in such a secure way. It is very hard for people. Everybody tries, by the way, to, when they're not ready for the lover's connection or they can't take it for one reason or another, often try to shove it into the friendship box, and it very rarely can stay there. The connection is much too large. You're showing me with no contest, no fragmentation, no confusion. I'm secure in my attachment to them, emotionally and spiritually, but I also recognize the reality. Like, I know. Congratulations. You don't contest either. It's interesting. Now, You two are catching up realistically. Re-establishing emotional trust. Ace of Swords. Four of Wands, the Hierophant. If you ever had problems with that dynamic, then you worked on it. Very rarely do I see that level of security over such a difficult combination. Ace of Swords, Four of Wands. Okay. Fight. Frustration. The Sun. Knight of Swords. There is an acknowledgement on both sides that it was a struggle to find happiness and take action towards it. That you both wanted to aim for happiness, but you both had a very hard time coming to terms with what that meant and fulfilling that sense of how to make each other happy. We didn't quite seem to know how to do it. You both acknowledge it. Okay. It seems like we're having a lot of open discussion about commitment and relationships and happiness and the struggle and the fight and the actions and movement around that. I strongly feel like you two are sharing your more intimate stories. After that, I honestly don't know. By all rights on this baseline, I can say that you both have a stronger idea of each other and expectations around relationships and commitment. What that meant to you both when you were connected, and what it might have meant to you separately, your side and their side. How they experienced commitment, how you have experienced commitment. It seems like a lot of information is being exchanged here. You both have a lot of things in common that you experienced together, and there's things that you experienced separately. It's a lot of information. But you two do seem to talk actively about, when we were connected, I wanted so much to make you happy. But it was always a struggle. I wanted to experience happiness with you, but it was always a struggle. I felt the energy of the sun with you. And I wanted more, and I knew that. But it was such a constant fight or battle. And that's really it. So all I see is that you two have a stronger idea of each other. And your reflection of your values around commitment and marriage, strong truths are in there. If I were to summarize it, I suppose you two are trying to come to terms with how you see each other now. What relationships mean to you and them now. It's frustrating because I really want absolutes, and I can't have absolutes because all I can tell you absolutely is that you two have a much stronger idea of each other and relationships and commitments, so on and so forth. Like I said, what you two have experienced together and what you might have experienced separately. Okay. But yeah, it's all part of the talking process and healing process and opening up and learning to be vulnerable with each other. And I think that's why it's getting so serious. Okay, like I said, this is really between you two. Okay. That's a lot. It's a lot, but it feels like not enough. I know. There's a lot of catching up to do. There's a lot of catching up to do. Oh, this is very soon. Very, very soon. Somewhere between your intuition and the way it shows up, perhaps by the time of this reading within the next week. Yeah, 17, a gift. A gift might be available on the line, something like this. Congratulations, a gift, recognition. I don't know. To you, this guy, Scorpio energy here. No, this guy. Harvest, 10. But reaping the gift. Okay, this is something that we've earned, perhaps. I'm not quite sure. House, home. House is upside down. I don't think we're meeting at someone's home, no. And yet I have to insist the conversation is directly between you two. But there's a gift there. Earned. Wish fulfillment. Okay. Wish fulfillment. Wish. 41. Wishing well. Okay. Okay. 41, 20, 10, and 17. Okay. Keep your heart open. First quarter moon in Libra. And it's not just you, them too. Right there. Okay. You don't have to do anything, Scorpio, honey. This is either something you can do or you can't do. And for the Scorpio I'm looking at, like I said, you have a lot of confidence about how you feel about it versus reality. No conflict there. So the fact that you're being so honest with him suggests that you're comfortable with your two's history, whatever it is, or however it presents itself. And there's a lot of dialogue to catch up to. Okay, I don't know where that takes you. That's a lot that happens in the next week or two. So, full moon in Sagittarius and seeing the bigger picture. That's what I'm saying. There's so much more to see and exchange and learn about each other. But yeah, what starts way out there in the stratosphere comes increasingly grounded to planet Earth. Like I said, there's a lot to catch up on. So, in the bigger picture, you may not know, I know you don't know what that means, not yet. But that's the whole point of finding out. Oh, we're going to have to pull again. All I got was medallions, and that's fine. We'll start with that. Leo, Capricorn, 2 Taurus. Yes, you might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to other seasons, might be important to you. We have the dolphins that create a heart, like so, on the same page. There's love here, and it seems like we're on the same page, or that's the goal. But you two are speaking the same language. Okay? We had a little spatula. Someone enjoys their cooking, loves their cooking. Perhaps we're talking about food restaurant. No? Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, we know somebody's a foodie. Okay. So that's what I say. That not in the house. Don't get me wrong. It was very intimate conversation, and there will be many, but it's a restaurant. Oh, okay. Oh, somebody's a bit of a foodie. Okay. All right. And then we have the peacock, a bit of a show, a bit of a display. Someone has their colors. They like their colors. You know, they have a bit of a show, and that's fine. You know, everybody's different. Some people appreciate color. You know, it's who they are. Others don't. Others are more shy, but that's not the point. Show who you are. Let's get some letters, please. Oh, okay. Which is K? C, K, U, W, Q, A. Okay. Scorpio, honey, I hope this helped you. That's a lot to unpack, but it's good. And it does look like it's something that you wish for. Perhaps something that we've earned. Anyway, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on? Show me, Pisces. Ooh, taking our time. Not trying to be rushed right now. What's going on? Show me, Pisces, please. Let's do one more. Show me, Pisces. Okay. Page of Swords. 7 of Swords. Knights of Pentacles. Why are you doubting yourself so much? Because you're moving forward anyway. Why are you doubting yourself so much? The Fool. The Hierophant. 7 of Cups. Oh, big nerves. That's why. Oh, big nerves. Okay. Game day. Game day's approaching for whoever I'm looking at. We got to commit to this. So you're showing me I got to lock this energy in. I'm committed to it. I'm showing up. Here we go. Here we go. You're all psyched up. But it starts with fear, though. Trepidation, fear of the mind specifically. You're trying to discount yourself a little bit, but nonetheless, I see you proceed. Oh, what is... Oh. Ooh. Ah, okay. The Lovers, 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Good spirit. Okay, that's all right. Page of Swords, Seven of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Like I said, slowly but surely you're moving forward on a particular path, but your mind is like, can we talk ourselves out of this real quick? Now, I'm not saying you're gonna do that. This is what fear of the mind does. It kind of pulls us backwards and slows us down and says, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe we shouldn't do it. Maybe." And that, that's the fear talking. That's the trepidation. And some people lean into it. And by leaning into it, I mean they lean away. Seven of Swords, they just go, no, no. And they step out. Other people, they persist. And that's what you're doing. You're persisting. Despite the fears, you are continuing to move forward in an intended direction. The Fool, Hierophant, Seven of Cups. Like I said, it's game day energy. Whew, here we go. I've committed to this. I want to do this. I'm here. Let's open up, man. Let's do this. Let's be the Fool. Here we go. Okay, Lover, Seven of Pentacles, Two of Wands. Well, I hope it's worth it. They look worth it, but only you can determine that. Don't get me wrong. You don't completely jump into it in 3D, all right? But you do take the time to cultivate the grounds or the territory surrounding the strong connection. Talking, communication specifically, there might be a distance issue, but it's something that it seems to me 3D-wise, you can't immediately jump in or you feel that you shouldn't. But what most people would generally refer to as taking it slow. Trying to build into that pathway via conversation, being direct, active decision-making, right? Being available to the energy when I can. Something like that. All right, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Page of Swords, Seven of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, Page of Wands, nerve, but you got your truth. You got your truth. That's why you stayed the course. You're like, I know my truth, though. Whatever fears I have, I know my truth. I know my truth. So this is how you were able to check those fears, kind of tell whatever's kicking around in your mind. Shut up. I know my truth. I said I was going to be open. I'm going to be open. Okay? You have a slow, dedicated march that tells me there is literally a plan to this, okay? You gave yourself as much time as possible to warm up to this action, this thought, or this communication. So that's good. You're like, I know my truth. I can't talk me out of it. You can't talk me. You can't confuse me. I see where your mind has tried to confuse you. You're like, I'm not falling for it. Page of Wands. I got the nerve. I got the nerve. Let's keep that energy going. It's just nerves. It's just nerves, Pisces. That's all it is nerves. All right? Push past it. Come on, bro. Sis, you got this. Okay, the Fool, the Hierophant, Seven of Cups. Yeah, you do have some psych up energy, but the fact that you remain steady with it, yeah, I know it means something to you. I know it does. The Fool, Hierophant, Seven of Cups. You look excited, you do, but controlled. You're just like, I believe in this. I believe in me. I give myself authority, authorization to open up to this. And that's the Hierophant. That's kind of a big deal when he shows up with something like Seven of Cups or Fool. It's like, I'm doing this because I believe in me. I believe in me. Good, I'm glad you believe in yourself. That makes all the difference. All right. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Seven of Cups, opening up. Here we go. Page of Pentacles, yeah. The Hierophant, you got Taurus in your chart. There's no way you don't. I know, yeah. Somebody had a combination very similar to this. Don't remember who. It's already gone. I just remember seeing it. Anyway, no, it's great. Yeah, you are doubling down, my friend. You're excited. Look at your enthusiasm. Your spiritual self is so involved in this. Wow, look at you, higher self. You are giving yourself permission. At every conceivable level. I choose to be here. I want to be here. I'm in this. I'm in this. I'm locked in. I stand by me because I believe in me. You know that song, I got the power. And that would get people so psyched up. That's what that feels like. Because you do got the power, right? Whenever you doubt yourself, honey, put that song on. There is no bigger pump song than I Got the Power. And that's you. That's you. Look at you. But here's the thing. It's not inflation of ego. That's really easy to spot. This is spiritual self talking. Like, I got this. I believe in me. I believe in Pisces. Yeah, you do. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Look at that. Goodness me. Soon. You've been counting the Pisces I'm looking at. Let's be real. This, you either resonate with this or not. You already know if this is yours. The Pisces I'm looking at, it's kind of like you have your eye on the calendar and you know what day. This is a countdown. And then there's the day. There's the day. Oh, it's so soon. So soon. You've gone down from 7 weeks, and they just flew by, didn't they? 2 weeks, 1 week, to the day. Ooh. Okay. Lover, 7 Pentacles, 2 of Wands. Well, I hope it's the connection, that not just what you want, but what you need. I hope that it is worthy of all that you have to bring, because you bring a lot of spiritual essence to the table. Okay? Someone who holds their values in high regard. You clearly do. You're a traditionalist at heart. And I can see that opening up to things isn't necessarily always your gig. So you really have to allow yourself to do it. So I hope it's worthy of you. I do. I see your kind of determination to take it easy. Okay. Build into this respectfully as we can. As is possible. Perhaps one of your values here is to go slow, take your time, or try to be attentive to perhaps that person's needs. Especially if the pathway is tricky or rocky or different for you both. Who knows? But anyway. Ace of Pentacles. 4 of Wands. That's so sweet. The moon, you. Oh, yeah. You go, Pisces, honey. I never feel like your reading is complete until I see your power card. And I don't believe that for all 12 signs, not at all. But for you, I kind of lean towards that. And I think because your energy tends to be not as apparent. It just, you're the moon, honey. By definition, you're the moon. So I always feel better about your reading when I see your power card. So that's good. It feels a little more authenticated, if that makes sense. Again, that's not true for everybody. I don't need to see Capricorn's power card. I don't need to see Leo's, but yours, I feel better about seeing it. I would also say that about Gemini as well. Let's see. Yeah, well, speaking of which, you might have some Gemini in your chart, actually. Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, the moon. Yeah, there you are, darling. Yeah, you know what you want behind it. You're keeping that to yourself. It's almost like you're saying, Christina, not too much too soon. I know that. I'm listening to myself, my needs, and them too. Them too. Them too. I'm not trying to rush. I ain't trying to push. See, I make decisions in the here and now, and I keep it present. 7 of Pentacles, I'm going to build into this slowly but surely. Whatever they need, whatever I need. Okay? But what's behind that, you, there you are. I hope it's the real deal. Oh, Ace of Pentacles, you know what you actually want long term, though. You do. You keep that under your hat, though. See, I knew you were a traditionalist. I know. You have your values with you. Even when we start something new, if you are someone who is committed to your values, I expect you to show me the Hierophant too. And you are. I think you are deeply committed to your values and what you believe in. And you're saying this one is going to take some time to cultivate. You expect that. You anticipate that. But yeah, secretly, you're not trying to put it all out there at once. You hope it's a solid investment in a relationship. Once more, it's 2 people define a relationship, and you hope it's a solid offer in time when it's ready. Okay? So yeah. Oh, Pisces, honey, bless you. Oh, bless you. I love it. And I hope, oh, there it is. For some of you, where are we? Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, within a week. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you. but within a week. Maybe a couple days prior to this message. But anyway, there's the doubts. I know. There's the doubts. And the fear. There's the fear. There's the mental thoughts about the message and the communication and the day. For some of you, put out that message on the 7th. For some of you, the 14th. But there's been a lot of doubts about that. And like I said, you did a good job pushing back on it. Okay? You did a good job. But yeah. You don't know. You're afraid. You're afraid of what you put out there in communication. Will it be returned, received well, or understood? We all are afraid of being misunderstood. We all are. That's part of being human. It's part of the rejection system because we're terrified deep down inside of rejection. What starts that is we have a terrible, terrible fear that we won't be understood. And if we're not understood, then it can lead to rejection. And I know that's what stays a lot of people's hand, just putting themselves out there at all. What if I'm misunderstood, i.e. rejected? You know, I'll tell you what, you be you. That's all any of us are best qualified to be, is ourselves. And then someone's either naturally attracted to that or they're not. And if they're not, well, you can't say you weren't yourself. You want someone to resonate with who you are. Okay? So regardless, put your faith in yourself, as you'll want to do. You'll be okay. But the way that you study build with this one, with the hopes, anticipation of more, yeah. I think they're a little hip to you. Sure. Okay. Open up to change. Yeah, like even I said, if you are someone who is deeply tied to your core beliefs, let's say you are a little bit on the traditionalist, you are who you are, you commit to what you commit to. It still takes as much commitment energy to open up to change. And right there at the Aquarius season, for some of you 19th, 20th, but I'm saying it's right around the corner at the top of the year. Okay? And then last quarter moon in Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen. And so you will. I believe. You might have some fixed earth. Yeah. Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. We're just missing Leo here. Anyway, you might have a lot of fixed energy in there. But anyway, you might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons might be important to you. Oh, we did that one. Sorry, I'm so excited. I wanted to see more. But we don't need to. Yours was quite tidy today. I appreciate you for that. C, X, L, K. We have... oh, yeah. Double Aquarius, Libra here. Again, very strong placements in your chart. Possibly, yes. Connecting to other seasons might be important to you. Yeah, it's upcoming. Maybe the 14th, right around Aquarius. Right there, 19th, 20th. Maybe a couple days earlier, a couple days after, somewhere around there. Okay. All right. And then we have, the wolf. Howling at the moon. Feeling the need to pursue. Anxious. You got a lot of stirring of feelings. You're feeling stirred. There's some wolf, a little bit protective of this as well. You feel like it's yours, or you're howling at the moon for more, or that's your inner wolf trying to come out. The moon, you're listening to the moon, your moon instincts, something like that. It's a good instinct. 4-leaf clover. Lucky. Well, listening to yourself isn't luck, but a little bit of luck never hurt anybody. So I don't know what helps you there, but some luck. And then we have the Pegasus. So the Pegasus, of course, the horse with the wings. The freedom to fly, the freedom to choose to fly, to understand that you have wings and that they're there for you to use. Okay, the freedom to take flight. Okay, Pisces, honey. Oh, I'm nervous. I don't want to be nervous for you because you do got this. You do. But I'm nervous because, I want good things for you. That's all. And I congratulate you. You might be old school, but I tell you what, you could teach folks a couple of things or two about believing in the self and knowing what you know and overcoming fears and dedicating yourself to what you believe in. Okay? And you believe in this in some way. You do. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Cancer, please. Show me Cancer. Okay. Page of Swords. The Emperor. Tower. What? Queen of Wands. Six of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, well, you feel good about it. That's good. I'm happy to see that. Damn. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. The Lovers. Okay, fine. That's fine. That's another discussion, literally. Let's talk about this top four. I know many of you just went, ooh, I know. Hold on. Pause that. Let's talk about that real quick before we go jumping into I feel good, I'm free as a bird, lovers, sexy, sexy. Okay, let's back up a little bit. Rewind. Christina. No, let's rewind. Page of Swords. I feel your impatience. Page of Swords, the Emperor, the Tower. What the hell? You're like that? Yeah, that. What happened? Oh. You should face the face you're making. Page of Swords, the Emperor, the Tower. Yeah. So look. For a second there, I was like, did you get dethroned? Did you learn something the hard way and you lost your status? Not necessarily. Now, Page of Swords is there. It's like you watch somebody's downfall. The Emperor, I believe, in the Tower. Now, again, I could still believe that's you, but then the energies that roll out afterwards suggest no. No, you were not dismantled. If anything, this is your chance to hit the reset button in a big way, and you're thrilled. Like, you are excited. You're not in denial about anything. It's like, I can't wait. But I feel like many of you watched someone fall to their demise. The Emperor, the Tower, someone was dethroned. So the Tower suggests the delusion, the thing that needed to come down. What preceded it was the Emperor, a person of empowerment. Indeed, whomever that represents is not empowered at all. They're not someone who rules well. They're not someone who exerts their will very well. You know, instead of being strong, they're just stubborn. Instead of standing up for something, they stand up for nothing. Someone who is meant to take on a certain level of responsibility denies it. So a lot of people can build them up into thinking they're an emperor and empress until they're proven otherwise. You don't have control of shit. You don't stand up for anything. You think you know how to take on responsibility. You don't. When something goes wrong, you're nowhere to be found. When it's time for an apology, your lips are sealed. You never know how to admit when you're wrong or when you've done something wrong. So that's a pretty strong accusation. That's pretty damn strong. So someone's been dethroned. You think you're all that, you ain't. You think you're a person who stand up, do right, and responsible, and calls the shots and never has anything wrong, but you're wrong. You never know when to apologize, and you're stubborn as hell. You know, refusal to change doesn't mean you're strong-willed. It just means you're an asshole. You know, that kind of thing. So, somebody had a radical recentering of self. You are not all that. And you are not impossible to leave or detach from. I can survive without you. Was that Gloria Gaynor? I think. I will survive or something. I don't know. But it seemed to me you had a small eye on it. That's odd. I wonder how that came to be. You saw someone implode or destroy themselves or just really unmasked for who they are. Interesting. You're not invincible. You are not all that. Okay, Queen of Wands, Six of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and you're like, I've never felt sexier. For reals. Okay, so you never felt sex. Okay, Queen of Wands, Six of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. I mean, that's no joke. That's yeah, you have never felt more alive. You have never felt more turned on. You have never felt more full of hope and prospect and energy. Like your energy is shooting through the roof right now. Vitality. Like you didn't just have a Red Bull, you had a couple, and you are just feeling extra fine. You're feeling extra sexy. You are all that in a bag of chips, and you're showing it, honey. You are strutting around town full colors. You handsome as hell, you beautiful as hell, you sexy, and you know it. That's long story short. Ace of Pentacles, you're like, let's get something going. For real. Brand new beginning, Christina. Can I do it? Yeah, can you? Can you? Will you? Yeah. Yeah. You're looking at me. Go look at yourself. You either can or you won't. But it seems to me if you did a jailbreak from whatever that is, you should be feeling good. Don't get me wrong, I'll clarify and I'll see you in a little bit more of a leveled way. But right now, you're up here. Whoo! You're hitting these high notes, honey. You're taking care of yourself, going back to the gym. You got a haircut, brand new wardrobe. You got your cologne, you got your perfume, you got something, and you're ready for a new beginning. You look good, you feel good. You're so alive, baby. Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, the Lovers. And you're like, okay, hear me out. There's kind of a strong connection that in my mind, Ace of Swords, in my mind, I've been holding on to. I know that. I'm going to do something with that. Okay. So, one of two things. We've been holding on to a very strong connection, its energy, what it means to you mentally. This is sword, so communication as well as action. We're either going to let that one go, okay? Or we're going to re-engage with it for a reason. You've been holding on to it for a reason. Now you're either at that point where you can let it go and you're okay with that, or you can interact with it. It's going to be one of those two things. Okay? Okay. It can only go one of two ways. You did tell me you're up for a brand new beginning. So you may not want a lover's connection for which you are strongly compelled to, but perhaps already knowingly acquainted with in some way. For others of you, that brand new opportunity, a brand new day, might start with an old connection. Okay? Perhaps one that you never got to fully interact with or build into once upon a time. I don't know. I'm curious. Page of Swords, the Emperor, the Tower. I like how you're like, that's fine. Just jump on over here. No, we were going to talk about that, Cancer. We were going to talk about it. Okay. Page of Swords, the Emperor, the Tower. Ace of Cups. Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit. Okay. So anti-Emperor. Someone here didn't want to make real changes. You know? We can't say that we didn't offer it. We offered it. We offered it. Real changes. Really work with me on this. The Hermit, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Come on. I got it in me. I authentically love you or love us or this, and I can work on it. I want us to work on it. And somebody refused to change. It was blatant, just outright wouldn't change, and they're suffering the consequences of their own result, of that result. Someone who doesn't want to do the work, but they act like they're in charge. Someone who wants their way without realizing it's costing them you. So this is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And that kind of offer in the hands of the right person can make a world of difference, a lifetime of difference, of love and compatibility, and building a life together. These tools, these gifts, this is a gift of authentic, I want to be here and work on this with you from the heart. This is a gift in the right person's hands. They didn't want to hold on to it. They didn't want to accept the offer or said they didn't need it. Thank you. A false emperor here. But we can't say that we didn't offer this. We did. At some point you did. And you kind of sat back and watched them fall apart, and I don't know. That was beautiful. Or it was them, that false emperor, who offered it, and they didn't mean it. And in some way you called them on it, or you saw it. It's like, no, you say you want to work on it, just means having your way. You're not willing to change something. I don't know. Those are otherwise beautiful tools for an amazing job That's a gift, honey. That's an absolute gift. The Hermit, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. And if you really want to work out something with somebody, you couldn't ask for better tools of love and real effort based on healing, experience, practice, wisdom, insight, and a calm, steady hand and a calm, steady nature. So I don't know who prompted the tools for that job. It was either you, in which case you have beautiful tools. Yeah, the next time you offer them to somebody, make sure they're worth it. Or it was them, then it was falsely meant. But yeah, it blew up. It blew up. Yeah. Okay. All right. It's so shocking to see something so beautiful, so lovely over something so false and undignified, out of control. I'm guessing they had temper problems. They got temper problems. The thing is with the Emperor, can he be a hard ass? Absolutely, but that doesn't mean he's an asshole. No. Hey, temper problems. I'm never wrong. And I bet you never heard an apology from that person either. This is why I'm right. Justification, not ruling. Justification and power are not the same thing. Proper use of power. We can always justify our power for good or ill, you know? Doesn't mean we're right. You know? Just to give you an example of that, you know, one of the things that pisses me off that I see in social media, people who give or do good works to, like, say, the homeless population, they give them food and blankets, but they got to record it. If you need the credit, then it's not coming from a good place in you. That's false power. It's vanity. I see that so much now. It's so prevalent. Acts of good work aren't easily visible. Anyway. Yes, no, of course, darling. Look, of course you're excited. Oh, God, look at that. Six of Wands twice. Honey, you free as a bird. You got to get the hell out of here. How are you watching tarot right now? I don't know how you have the energy to sit down. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're on the treadmill right now. You're watching me because you got so much energy. Hi, how are you? Page of Cups, Six of Wands twice, honey. Ace of Wands. Okay. You are free as a bird. This must have been really oppressive. Oh, gosh, that must have been really oppressive. Look at you. You're all but bursting at the seams. Okay, you are showing me a lot of look at me, but I can kind of see why this probably felt like you were caged up for a long time. You weren't seen or heard. Never mind had your needs met. So yeah, I don't blame you for having that much outward flash. I really don't. It's overdue. And I have no doubt, allow that energy to unfold. It's going to come down. You'll calm down. Okay? But for now, I want you to enjoy yourself. Okay? Enjoy it. You know, all too soon, life kicks in, reality kicks in. And you want it to. You want it to. You want reality to kick in. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. You do want a legitimate brand new beginning. You do. You're saying it starts with me and my attitude. And you just energy. It's so high. But yeah, I just, trust me. You're going to level out. That's going to come down. All right? God, this must have been so smothering. So oppressive. Excuse me. Four of Pentacles. Ace of Swords, the Lovers. All right. Now, on to the strong lovers connection, the one that you've been holding on to. Mostly up here, mentally. You're aware of it. You've had a lot of thoughts about them over the years. It's not this. No. It might be a different emperor, empress, but it ain't this. Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, the Lovers. But you had a lot of opportunity to think about them over the years and yourself in that connection and what you learned from it. Really developing your final thoughts on it, your particular point of view, and thus, are you ready to let it go? Or would you like to interact with it again? Okay? That sword can swing in either direction. The Star. The Knight of Swords. The Five of Wands. Okay. All right. Okay. You got something to say. Man, you are not done. You got something to say. It's odd. because it looks like a buildup of thoughts that you never got to express, so it kind of comes out in a rush. I don't think you mean to do that. There's a certain pressure. I got to say this or I'm never going to say this. So I don't say that you're necessarily attacking them. No. I'm seeing a certain speed to express your thoughts while you can. Something like that. And the star, Five of Wands, it looks like a buildup of thoughts. The things you always wanted to say to them. The star, you desire this actually a great deal. So I don't think you mean to press it forward. As quickly as you mean to. I think it's a buildup of thoughts and actions. Perhaps of all the things you ever wanted to say. It's the star, so it's coming up soon. It means a lot to you, though. It does. It's almost like these are my final thoughts I've always wanted to say to you, and it's important to me, and you can take it or leave it, but these are my thoughts. These are my thoughts. These are my feelings to you. Okay? Whatever it is you've been holding on to. And it kind of comes out in a rush. I just know it's important to you. And I think you kind of see it as your final piece with that particular connection. It's a build-up, a pressure of words in there you've been holding on to for a long time, it seems. I always wanted to say this, and it might come off a little bit perfunctory, but it's important that you say it, and that might give you indication or direction about what to do with it next. Okay? The response and all that. So I don't see you necessarily pinning hopes on them, other than the fact that this is important to you. It's more like, I don't know how they'll react to that, but that's going to tell me a lot. So long as it's honest, then that's all that matters. Okay? You see that Five of Wands is behind your words and your thoughts, so it's not your outward argument. It's a frustration of the stuff that's been building up in your mind for a long time. I don't think it's meant to hurt them or to diminish your two's connection. It's kind of like, I guess, your final thoughts, and if they are your final thoughts. And if you get a response, maybe that's positive or suggests it understands, maybe it continues. I don't know. But you're looking bold as brass with twice the sass right here. Honey, it looks like you could be down or open to anything at this point. I mean, honestly. Okay. That's, I will say it's honest. Oh my. There's a lot going on in your reading today. I wasn't expecting all that. The fox, clever. Time, it was a matter of time. Oh, it was a matter of time. That was a matter of time. It was, as that why you watched it, it was a matter of time before whatever that was imploded or blew up. But you had to be there to witness it. I needed to see that come down, or that energy come down, or that situation come down. It was a matter of time, so you watched. And that was your signal to move on. Harshness. Harsh. Yeah, harsh energy, very unforgiving, very inflexible, angry, mean. I'm sorry. Okay. Stork, family, 17, sudden wealth. Stork, you might have a family. You might have children. The nesting energy. That feeling of nesting, settling down, okay? Wanting to build something. Nurture and foster future generations. Sudden wealth. I could be looking at generational wealth for some of you, okay? You might come from, I don't know, a very secure family background with a deep legacy or a lot of roots there. But some of you are interested in perhaps creating a family, and it might be what you call an insta-family. You hit the jackpot. Perhaps you might enter into something that's a family dynamic where you're just kind of thrown into the mix. I don't know. I don't know if you planned that. I don't know if you intended that, but it might be there for some of you, absolutely. 11 and 17. Okay. But some of you just feel very blessed by your family dynamics, you know. Full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve. Okay. And then new moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. Oh, you are. Oh, absolutely, let your fears dissolve. It was a matter of time before that blow up happened, and you seem to know that. That's why you kept an eye on it. But you can't say that you didn't offer to give it real work. Okay. 37, 14, 11, and 11. 11. We have VSK. We have the medallion of you, Cancer, and Sagittarius. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connected to the seasons, might be important to you. Cancer, honey, this was very interesting, and I hope it helped you. More to the point. Take care. Be well.